do 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 do. Ba 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 da da. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba 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 da ba. Do 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 do. Oh wait, I forgot. I'm out of uniform.
True.
Now I'm in uniform. There we go. I am complete. A little louder? Ah. Zup slightly delusional. How you doing? Nah, I'm looking forward to getting a new mic. I'll be honest.
It's time.
It really is.
Yes, yes.
Why am I yelling? Nah, that's okay. I'm always on caps lock. So, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy's a fucked up person. Let me just put that in.
Mm-hmm.
He is messed up. He is doing shit that is just So, hi Cookie Pop. I have a theory. So, come along with me in my Diddy theory, okay? So, I think they made Cassie... Okay, I think the feds made Cassie the main witness because they knew it would trigger Diddy and they knew his obsession would show. And it really does. I think also they put Cassie on so his main focus is trying to get Cassie compared to actually proving the evidence as false, which he hasn't, you know. The evidence is piling up, and I do think, based on the evidence I've seen and heard of, that Diddy will be convicted. Like, if I was a juror, I've already seen enough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And this is week 2. So, and tomorrow they won't do court, so there's that. So I gotta figure something else to do tomorrow. But it's Friday, so you know what we do on Friday at nighttime. Spooky Friday, you know? So we gotta talk about the Pontages, and we gotta talk about the aliens that's been going on, and all the freaky ass shit that's been going on right now. So, let's watch this schnit, you know? I have Melanie Kane on. I think I like how she does her reporting because it's just concrete evidence and facts without the additional opinions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just want to know the facts. I don't want your opinion. If I wanted your opinion, I'd say so, but I just want facts. Maya said, I think in some sick way, she's his one that got away. I wouldn't say in love with her, though. More like obsessed that his possession got away. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Like, he locked her in with that 10 record deal. He locked her in.
Yeah.
Made her a slave. Well, you're not going to put out this record if you don't do this freak off for me, honey. You're going to lose your whole career.
Yeah, and he only put out one album.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And she did record stuff, she said, for like 10 albums. Enough.
Yep.
She should sue him for all that shit.
She should.
For get her music.
Well, I think that was part of the lawsuit she did on him.
Oh, good.
Is the recovery of, you know, the pain and suffering of not being able to do that shit. So
Well, no, I mean literally, she should sue him to get the masters so she could put it out. Her music out.
Truth.
She should do that. If she didn't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He frauded her.
Maya said, wonder what he made Biggie do. There were some rumors back in the day, remember? Yeah, but the thing is with Biggie, there was this one moment of Biggie and Diddy, and Diddy was rubbing, or Biggie was rubbing his face on Diddy and said he was soft. And then they said they loved each other, so I think maybe something happened between Diddy and Biggie.
Who knows?
Ew.
Who knows?
All right.
I mean, when it comes to Diddy and...
Shabisky wants to fight Rev for 100K.
What? Okay. Sure. Where? When? Cool.
There you go.
I'll do it. Where and when? You're going to have to pay me to get there, though, because I don't have any money.
Maya said, Mr. Shabisky seems like he might need a life. That's also a true statement. You think Biggie was just hungry? Jesus Christ, slightly delusional.
Holy
Seriously?
shit. Oh my god.
Holy fuck balls. Alright.
I love Biggie.
Let's get into this fucking shit.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Hi, Christina Mommy and Rosa Parks. Hello.
The Diddy trial, and we have the transcript all from this morning, and the person that has taken the stand is Kid Cudi himself. Guys, let's get straight into the details. So back on the stand first is George Kaplan. If you guys remember from yesterday, he was testifying, and he is one of Diddy's former assistants. So we're going to start with him, but then Kid Cudi will be taking the stand. Once again, I have to give the disclaimer: cameras are not allowed in the courtroom, guys, nor recording devices. So this is the best that we can do with someone taking notes of what's been said in court. But as always,
No, Maya, the whole obese COPD, weed wheeze, breathing, has been perfected by Foodie Beauty. I think you're wrong that it hasn't been duplicated. I think she duplicated it very well.
All right.
I will give you guys a recap with a lot of details, maybe some things that he didn't catch or were not in there, or to fully explain what is going on. So let's hop into it. Wait, what? Okay. U.S. versus Sean Combs, day 9, 6 witnesses, including Kid Cudi on Molotov cocktail and a cross by Brian Steele. This is coming from Matthew Russell Lee at Inner City Press. Always like to shout him out and give him credit because he does a lot of hard work so we can get the information coming out of court. So he has a note first. Down at the courthouse entrance, much security. There's a lot of security, presumably for arrival of Kid Cudi. Now up in court before jury is brought in. This is the judge.
Oh, snap. She just put out another video, Melanie Kane. She's saying Mila just left Ashton Kutcher. Let me see that.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna look up Mila Kunis. I'm gonna try to verify that shit.
Well, that's a big deal. Wow. Yeah, that's a big deal. In the Hollywood world.
I don't see anything on it though. But it does say Ashton and Mila Kunis look strained out in LA amid marriage drama rumors. Okay.
Huh.
New divorce rumors are going on. I say she leaves him. He groomed her, in my opinion, on that 70s show. Like, she was 14 years old when she started that 70s show. Now, me, I know probably everything about that 70s show, okay? I've watched that show so many damn times in my life. The whole series over and over and over again, okay? So you see it in that, you know, at 14, she was making out in the car. She was having sex on the show with Ashton. And then it moved on to Danny Masterson, and she started making out with him on the show. Now,
they're both into it.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, Mila's a victim.
Yeah.
And she's always been very sexualized in Hollywood.
I didn't hear the government objecting to Mr. Kaplan testifying about Miss Ventura asking for drugs in Boston. Let's get Mr. Kaplan back on the stand. Witness enters, jury enters. So the prosecution is still questioning Mr. Kaplan, George Kaplan. When did you carry I almost said crack. When did you carry cash for Mr. Combs? $50,000 on his private jet. Did you pick up cash for Mr. Combs? $10,000 at Western Union from Combs Enterprises. What long-term relationship of Mr. Combs were you aware of? Cassie, Kim, Gina.
Oh, okay.
Who was Kim? Mother of his children. Cassie, girlfriend. Gina, another girlfriend. The jet flight to Las Vegas. What was the layout of the jet? 4 chairs, a partition.
They used to call Mila ugly cute, which used to piss me off. What the fuck is ugly cute? I never thought she was ugly at all.
Are you fucking kidding me?
She's absolutely drop dead gorgeous.
Are you out of your mind? Anybody that would say that's out of their mind.
I think so. I really do.
She looks like a little angel face.
She's a pixie.
Yeah. Pixie face, yeah. True.
She really is.
Isn't she real small too? She's like 5'0". Isn't she real short?
Yeah, she's really short. Actually.
Yeah.
Man. I'm blacklisted. Anyway. But yeah, she's really fucking short. But like, just think of what she went through on that 70s show. Like, what you've seen on the 70s show of Mila. And her movie career. It's always had some kind of weird sexual element to it.
Yeah.
Other than her doing the voice acting on Family Guy.
Yeah. That Just Friends movie with Justin Timberlake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who produced it?
The movie?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Like, I'm thinking, like,
Weinstein?
I'm thinking Weinstein.
I don't know if it was a Weinstein Company movie. I don't know.
Over my right shoulder. When you witnessed violence by Mr. Combs or Miss Ventura, why didn't you intervene? My career. After the last glass breaking, what did Mr.
Man, that's so horrible. All these people choosing their career over saving Cassie and helping her.
Yeah.
Like, everyone just was like, fuck you. My career comes first. Fuck you. I don't care if we had a 20-year friendship. My safety comes first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy shit.
It's horrible.
If I was her friend, I'd be dragging her out of Diddy's house. Fuck that.
Oh, she did want to be his wife, though. She did.
I love midgets like you, Maya. I wanted to be one.
I know.
I've so always wanted to be a short girl. And nope.
Wasn't in the genes.
No, God gave me this big, strong, native body.
Yep.
So
He did.
all my family on my dad's side are huge.
Right.
Mr. Combs do? He came forward. Cassie stayed in the back. He asked me to get creams to
I told you, my dad was born with an extra toe. Freaking Nephilim genes, man.
It's true.
Money came first, always, yeah. Don't fuck with me and my Benjamins, bro.
conceal the bruising on her face. I have to be clear because a lot of people are confused, especially if you're new to this. This isn't every single thing that's being said, so it looks like it's like switching to like this glass. Like, where did that come from? There again, like I want to tell you, I will be giving more details in my recap. He's just kind of taking notes as he can or transcript as he can, but of course things are moving pretty fast. How did you pay for it? Corporate credit card. Why did you leave Combs Enterprise?
Mohican. My family are Mohican.
Mohawks.
I didn't think I should be covering things up, like buying the witch hazel. Also, my father had prostate cancer. Any of violence, I think it's supposed to say any more violence, maybe? He threw things at Gina in the entryway of the main home on Star Island. What was he throwing? Green apples. How hard? Very hard. Later, I took the medicine bag into their room. Mr. Combs wanted me to leave quickly. Then what? I heard Gina at the gate and male voices. Who? Security. When you left, what did you do? I collected myself, then went to work for an integrated marketing firm. Now the cross-examination, so direct testimony is over. Why did you go to work for Combs Enterprises? He was an incredible entrepreneur. I have learned from him. What did Brian do as COO? Ensuring profitability of each unit. I was an employee when Revolt TV launched. Tell me about it. We were on the 6th floor of 1710 Broadway. Everyone was there. It was momentous. Diversity was important to Mr. Combs, specifically for African Americans.
Wait, how is diversity important to Mr. Combs if it involves his own race?
How? He's supposed to be including other races. That's diversity. But anyway,
I don't get it. That doesn't make any freaking sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, is it all his Latina ex-girlfriends or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
What did Blue Flame do? Marketing for Ciroc. What is Diageo? They own Johnny Walker and others. Mr. Combs set up a marketing entity for Ciroc. Your job, what was it? For example, Mr. Combs would say, we are going to leave the house. He meant 3 to 5 minutes. I had a checklist for the bags and toiletry. It was a bad look on me if something wasn't in there. Is there a binder near you? I can't read that. It says Southern District. I'm handing you something to refresh your recollection. Take a look at it as long as you want. You ran an off-site training, a graduate from Harvard Business School, also Kenny Burns. I remember. You were effective, right? I worked hard. I don't know how you'll answer. Was it good or bad? Complicated. He didn't need to yell at you when you brought 2 waters. I worked hard. Okay. Who was Biggie? A huge rapper who unfortunately passed away. Wasn't Biggie's birthday a holiday at Combs Enterprises? Yes. Was it a creative environment? Absolutely. It attracted all kinds of creative people. Lawyers, musicians, advertising people. How in the world?
Me too, Maya. The things that Cassie went through is horrible, and I know she wasn't loyal to Diddy, but why would you want to be loyal to a man who beats the shit out of you?
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, man, if I was in her place, I'd probably have cheated too.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. I want a gentleman.
Are lawyers creative? Have you ever met a creative lawyer? Well, I guess they do have to be creative in defending their clients or creating a case. Yeah, there are creative lawyers. A few specific questions. You used a corporate credit card? Yes. How did Mr. Combs pay? KK, so that's his assistant, held his wallet with a black Amex in it. You have no reason to think he kept track of how baby oil was paid for. No reason. Or applesauce. He loves applesauce.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Fucking applesauce.
He really loves applesauce.
Diddy, what up with you and the fucking applesauce, bro? You're like 80. Like, who fucking does that shit? Maya said, well, he trained her not to be loyal by making her fuck all those guys. Exactly.
See, that's the thing.
Like,
Yeah.
hi, Tam Tam. How are you, beautiful woman?
Hi, Tam Tam.
I love you.
That's what it's about. He's gay.
Yeah.
So, down low gay. So, this thing with the other guys, it's part of degrading her.
Yes.
Because he doesn't want her pleased.
Exactly.
He wants her degraded.
I agree with you there.
It's 100%. He's gay.
He is.
He wants other man's semen spread on his nipples, and
That's so gross.
He's gay. There's no way he's straight.
Yeah, well, I never heard a gay man wanting that shit. That's just weird.
No, I know that. I'm not saying it's right, but
yeah, it's not everyday normal gay. It's advanced gay.
No, yeah, he's twisted. he's twisted.
What's up, princess?
What's up?
The closest person I could explain him to is Caligula.
I mean, yeah.
Like, apparently not that down low, Rev. Yeah, right?
No, people didn't really believe. No.
You got called fat again? Fuck them.
Diddy was not known in the public as gay.
Yeah.
Or to anybody, really. Other than people that were really on the inside.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was a down low brother. Down low means publicly, I like women. And privately, I like guys. That's down low.
Yeah,
That's exactly what he was.
What's up, toe beans?
You could say bi, but I don't think he enjoys sex with women. He likes degrading women.
That's so fucked
That's what
up.
I see. That's what I see, anyway. And beating the shit out of him.
You can barely hear Jason. Okay, let me check this real quick, my mic. See if they turned it down again, because it does that
Well, I'm
sometimes.
not yelling, so they're not going to hear me much.
I'm sorry, honey.
And I just don't feel like yelling, so I'm not going to...
No, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Let me look at the mics.
It's up.
It's turned down to 67 again.
Yeah, you have something leveling your mic.
Voice focus. Reduces background noise. I'm turning that off.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go, guys.
Whoa. That's going to be super...
Oh. Yeah. Alright. Oh. There we go.
All these stupid
Yeah.
auto things they put on
I know, right?
makes your mic shit.
Sorry about that, guys, if I blew your eardrums. Yes, we are talking about Diddy's little ding-dong. You know? Because he has such a little ding-dong.
Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll! Tootsie Roll! Tootsie Roll to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the front, to the front, to the back, to the back. No, dip, baby, dip! Dip, baby, dip! Hi, Bad Wolf, how are you? No wonder people were turning me off.
You can't hear you, bro.
That's okay. Around May 28th or like the beginning of June, I'll be getting a new mic, so we don't have to worry about this stupid shit no more.
Right. Good deal.
You've been keeping up with the Diddy stuff? I've been trying to keep up with the Diddy stuff, but it's like so much information.
It is.
But yeah, I've been keeping up with it pretty much.
True.
All right. Back to this shit. The butterfly. That's let me see that Tootsie Roll. Let
Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
How am I doing, Bad Wolf? Pretty good.
I never heard that song.
You never heard Tootsie Roll?
No. Never.
That was like... I was like 11 when that came out. So that was like 94, I think, when it came out, that song.
94?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or cheeseburger.
Music yet, then.
On everything. On cheeseburger. So Diddy famously loves
Ugh.
applesauce on
Applesauce
cheeseburgers.
on cheeseburgers.
Let's talk
tried
about the
it.
plane. You heard glass breaking.
I love
You didn't see it.
applesauce, too.
I didn't see it.
No, I get it. I love applesauce and graham crackers.
Yeah.
Okay, and I get applesauce and pork chops. But hamburgers?
My mom used to make me something, right? It was like a bun,
Mm-hmm.
a pork fillet,
Mm-hmm.
sauteed, fried, right? Cooked up nice with seasoning and stuff. Sauerkraut on it, and then applesauce like a sandwich. Oh,
There you go.
Really good.
No, it wasn't 97, 98 when Tootsie Roll came out, because I remember I was like 11, and I remember my cousin Chrissy dancing to it, because we were living in Wisconsin at the time. So.
You have a cousin Chrissy, too?
I do have a
That's
cousin
crazy.
Chrissy.
I do, too.
See?
The incident with Gina. You walk into the house. There's a thin table. I don't know. You don't remember.
94, you're right. See?
You hit it.
I remember.
Mhm.
It was like the 4th of July, and my cousin Chrissy was dancing to it, and I remember my grandma in the wheelchair. It was the 4th of July.
Uh-huh.
So, my mom was bitching about it the whole time. She's looking like a slut, and she talks like a black person. It's like, shut up,
Your
Mom.
mother was a disgusting person.
She talking like herself. I'm so sick of that, like, you talk like a black person bullshit. What is talking like a black person? That's so racist. Anyway, sorry. Let's put this on.
Remember how a person could get out of the gate at 2-Star Island? No, I just heard screaming and commotion. Screams of terror or of how can I open this gate? I don't know how to distinguish between the two. He threatened your jobs, but did he physically threaten you? No. You talked about Kim Porter, how she was different, his respect for her. They had incredible kids. Thank you.
Maya said, I feel like I should be allowed to press charges against Diddy for having been exposed to this debauchery. Where is my check? Yeah, exactly. All of us should sue him.
Fuck.
Let's do it.
Okay. When you set up hotel rooms for Mr. Combs and Miss Porter, there was no baby oil, right? Lotions. So there were lotions. You expressed caution about hotels.
Oh, it looks like Kim didn't like that baby oil. She was like, nah, you better put that lotion on me. I don't want that oil on my skin. Weirdo.
Why you cleaned the room afterward. This is interesting, guys. I'm sorry. They're talking about, he's saying there was no baby oil as far as Kim Porter, but he's saying there were lotions because it has been said that, you know, every woman he dealt with, they had to do freak offs with him. And Kim Porter went through a lot with Diddy. I don't know how much she went through after they had children, but there's a book, there's a ton of information. I haven't gone all the way into it on this channel, but I just thought it was interesting. They're trying to, I don't know the distinction they're trying to make about Kim Porter not having baby oil in a hotel with him, like, but she treated better because they had kids. That's not true. Kim's dead, and it's been alleged that Diddy was the cause of it.
I believe it. I'm wondering what his big connection with Brittany Murphy is, other than she was part of the white party, and they were all surrounding her, trying to get in her pants at that time, you know. But like Kim Porter and Brittany Murphy's husband died of the same fucking thing.
Lobar pneumonia.
Yep. And there's things like heavy metals that can cause that.
Wow.
I bet his skin feels like cashmere, though. Think about it. Probably. I wouldn't. That wouldn't be very good on your freaking skin, though. Like, you'd be constantly breaking out. Like, ugh.
I don't have any proof of that, but there's a lot of circumstantial things that would shock a lot of people, and it involves the Kardashians. So if you want that tea, maybe I'll just do a full video about Kim Porter's death and the Kardashians. Continuing. You expressed caution about hotels. Why you cleaned the room afterward. Hotel staff could sell photos. Everyone wants a payday. You sent him a photo of him and Kim Porter after she died. I was heartbroken for him. You were close. I invited him to his.
Yeah, he did like to sit in bathtubs full of baby oil. And then he's got the rubber duckies next to his oil.
Oh my god, though.
Yeah, exactly, Wookie. She said he also kept the room super hot. If is what into that weird shit, that's right there would be a deal breaker. Yeah, exactly. I'll be like, I'm going somewhere else, man. I can't wait till I get my new camera and this focusing problem is gone. Holy shit. I need some new technology.
Jordy's is doing that all the time, too.
Yeah, that's when you know you need to change your freaking webcam.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? And I hate the camera on the computer. It sucks.
Oh, it's horrible.
Dude be slipping right off the bed. I know. He jumps on her and just...
Yeah, like a slip and slide.
Exactly. Oh, man. Slip and slides were awesome back in the day.
They were. They definitely
Thank you, Slightly Delusional. Being a member for 5 months.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I forgot for Wiki. An additional...
You're really good at that.
Are they gross?
That's crazy how good you are at that.
Wookie said, if I'm getting freaky and oiled up, bitch needs to cool. I don't want to be too sweaty before I even get started. Yuck. Yeah, they said they had to spray outside the room because it smelled so bad.
Yeah, that's anal.
Yeah, that's definitely anal that does that shit.
Gross.
Anal's fucking gross.
I mean, yeah.
Especially if you're doing it for elongated periods.
Jesus. Like, why?
Man, I'm wondering if she had impacted doo-doo because of that shit.
You know?
Yeah. Bad Wolf, I can't do that, but I can roll my R's with Spanish. R's with Spanish.
To my wedding. I didn't hear back. Objection. Says surprise looks. So he's questioning him and then gives an objection because he didn't hear back from Diddy because he's telling the truth. Okay. You respected him?
Invited him to my wedding. I didn't hear back. Objection. Agnafilo, shut up.
Oh my God.
God. What is the point?
Right.
You respected him.
Yes. What's this photo of? Me, KK, and Mr. Combs at Teterboro Airport. He just got the jet. That's why there's champagne. You're happy there, right? No. Refresh it. It's that I was glad I had found the mascara in the back seat.
A mascara?
I know the details of this. They found you and subpoenaed you. I had to retain counsel right away. No further questions. Redirect? Which incidents shook you? The plane with Cassie and the apples with Gina. I feel guilty I didn't do anything after the incident with Cassie on the plane. But you didn't see any injuries? People can be injured without injuries being visible. The tonality and tension with the apples he threw at Gina, it was troubling. You told Miss Courtroom about both.
What a fucking weirdo. Ugh. Bad Will said, I imagine it's feeling like you gotta poop and goes away over and over again. Whatever floats your boat, let it float. I say no, king shame. Yeah, there you go. You know the cleaning crew hated them? Doing anal eventually ruins your butthole muscles from using the exit as an entrance. Too much of that, you won't be able to hold it. Holding crap. Hands.
Out.
Oh my God. JK said, I can only imagine how lonely the people who support these two miscreants are. Ah, Jesus. They're talking about us. Jake, go away. Stop it. We're vibing. Vibe with us, Jake.
Incidents. Yes. I told her I am unwilling to stand behind the behavior. That's why I was quitting. That I was quitting. Did Christina say she would quit? No. How long did she stay after you told her? Until recently. Next witness.
Hey, I don't know. Sometimes you just, for me anyway, sometimes I'm just into it. So you guys say no, but sometimes, yeah, for me anyway.
Well, I'm not tooting my own horn or anything. If you know how to do it nice, then it'll feel good.
There you go.
If you do horribly brutal things, yeah, the woman's gonna get a gaper, and that's gonna hurt, and it's gonna fuck up your intestines forever.
Yeah, Emo does wear a diaper.
God bless him.
I feel bad for him.
I do too.
You know, as long as you don't trigger him, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why people trigger him so bad.
They love picking on him.
It's
so disgusting.
It's evil.
Yes. It's evil.
We call Scott Muscudi. Oh, Scuddy. I think it's Scuddy. That's why it's Kid Cudi.
Okay, that's Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi. Okay, on the stand now.
Kid Cudis.
Cudi.
Hi, Cudi, yeah.
Cutie. Anyway.
His
so,
name
Miss
is
Cudi.
Miss Cudi. That's why he called himself Kid Cudi.
Is that a Spanish name or an Italian?
Italian, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. I would guess.
So Kid Cudi takes the witness stand in a leather jacket, white shirt, and blue jeans. Prosecution is questioning him first for direct examination. What did you do for work? I'm an actor and musician known as Kid Cudi. Who is this? And they show a photo. Cassie. We dated in 2011. Who else was she involved with? Sean Combs. What did you know about their status? That she and Sean Combs had some problems and they weren't dating anymore. In December 2011, did law enforcement respond to your home? Yes, I had a break-in. Cassie called me at 5:30 or 6 a.m. She said Sean Combs had found out about us. She asked me to pick her up, so I did. Yeah.
There we go.
Why? She was worried.
Your mic was low.
What was her demeanor? Very stressed and worried. Where did you go? The Sunset Marquee. Why? I thought it was safe, off the radar. Who else did you speak with? Capricorn Clark. She sounded near tears. What did she say? That Sean Combs was in the car near my house. Objection. Overruled.
What? Why object since she was near my house? Why object to that? What? Is it I mean, it's not speculation or anything, so I don't understand why they would object to that.
You're doing stupid shit to just drag feet.
Yeah, it's
sad.
It's really fucking stupid at this point. Like, Diddy's defense is just a fucking joke.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
I'm judging. I'm not gonna hold it against you or nothing, but I'm judging. Okay. Well, sometimes I get a little kinky. Shit.
He said, I'm over here waiting for you. When you arrived, what did the outside look like? Pretty normal. Any security camera? Yes, but I found out they weren't working. But the security cameras had been moved. Did you move them? No. What did you see inside your home? Gifts were open. Some stuff I got from Chanel. And my dog was locked up in the bathroom. Oh,
jeez, man. Diddy went through his shit being like, let me see if there's anything on Cassie here. I need to know.
I gotta go through these gifts and see if he got her something.
What do you get her?
What do you get her? I'll get her too first.
She gonna be my girl forever. She on lockdown, bitches. Lockdown.
What'd she do?
Whatever, Diddy. You're dumb shit. Like, oh my god. Freaking Caligula 2.0.
True.
oh my God. So Diddy broke into his home and then was waiting for him? How did you usually leave your dog? I let him roam. How long had you had your dog? 3 years. What changes were behavior of your dog after the break-in? Jittery, on edge all the time. What did they...
Dude, what did they do to the dog? The dog is traumatized, obviously. After the break-in, the dog's jittery and on edge.
No.
What you do to the puppy? You fucking... Oh! What's up, Sweaty Patrol?
Here it all.
Maya said I had completely forgotten about him blowing up that car until it got brought up for trial. Yeah, dude. I think so too, Toe Beans. He whacked Biggie and Pac. You know, for the longest time, I thought it was Suge Knight. You know, I've been investigating this since all that shit happened.
Yeah.
So, like, Jason didn't know that about me. Like, seriously, like, this is my shit of, like, researching it.
No,
But when all this shit went down, I'm like, holy crap. So it's like, it is an obsession with me over this stuff.
Yeah, you want to know the truth.
I do, because nothing ever really felt right with the Tupac Biggie stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, there was, like, no answers. And nobody went to jail for it. I mean, now we got Keefe in jail for it, but, like...
Yeah.
I'll take a quick break, yo, guys. I got to go to the lavatory. I'll be right back. Alright, I hate this weather.
That's horrible.
Did you hear that we're having a nor'eastern in New England? A nor'eastern in the middle of May, at the end of May.
No, it's insane.
Like, what the freaking hell, man?
Nothing like this ever.
No.
Ever.
Oh. I hurt so fucking bad, man. I'm gonna take my gabapentin a little early, guys. Okay? Oh my god. We gotta get to the pharmacy, pick up my shit. Oh. Get a mixture of ibuprofen and a little aspirin. Because this sister is hurting. You know what I wish I had? A bag full of edibles.
Yeah. That would do it.
Give me a freaking wheelchair. I'll see you, you know, next month.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh. Damn government and their weather machine. Somebody call Vaughn. Dude, that exists. England is doing it. It's called
Project Satan.
Yeah, it's called Project Satan. It's a real thing.
Oh my god.
Manipulating the weather is called Project Satan.
In the UK, yeah.
So, in the UK. So if that doesn't tell you anything, you know. Mr. Morning said tons of mini tornado dust devils here in Miami.
Wow.
Not water spouts, but dust devils. About 100 feet tall or so. I saw one at a small airport and was worried for small airplanes. What the hell?
That's wild.
Come over. I have a bag of edibles right here. Oh my god, Sweaty Patrol.
Amen.
Oh. I'd kiss you.
I know.
Our nah. We have to order out of state.
Yeah.
For them. It
Yeah.
sucks.
I don't know.
All right.
What did they do to the dog? What did Diddy do to the dog, y'all? I got back in and called Sean Combs again. I was looking for him. I wanted to fight him. You know. Did he answer? Yeah. He said, I'm on my way. I thought to myself,
Hell yeah, I'd fight him if he was messing with my freaking fur baby. Someone comes in and messes with Gavin? Oh my god.
I don't want to think what I do.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to think about
Ooh,
that.
you mess with my Gavin, and Gavin's really cute right now. He's in his bed, and he's putting his head right against the bed.
That's the cutest.
What a baby.
I know.
Gavin, you cute boy. I love you. He's like, I love you too, mommy.
Yeah, you too.
Good night.
You can sleep.
Do you want food?
Oh, no.
It's food time. Not yet? Okay.
I usually say like 7.
Order out of state for doable, right? What's the cost? 20-something dollars for a bag? It's not that bad. England trying to block out the sun is insane. It's always so dreary over there anyway. I got up to 77 degrees and they panicked. Apparently, they've not heard of AC yet. I guess so. Yeah, what, mess with Gavin? I know. You'd have the whole internet on you, man. Thank you, hold my cactus. No, you will not mess with Gavin. I will fight you.
That's right.
I will. I would die for that cat. And Watermelon. I die for them.
Yeah, me too.
I have no problems, no qualms to die in for my cats, and I don't give a shit what anyone thinks about it.
I agree.
They're precious babies. And Gavin in particular is just the most innocent creature I've ever met.
He really is.
He's so innocent, and he's so sweet, and he doesn't harm a fly.
He hates harming anything.
He does. He's a pacifist,
Mm-hmm.
and I love him for that. Watermelon, on the other hand, she's a warrior.
Yeah.
Don't mess with her. She'll claw your eyeballs out.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
objection, grounds, non-responsive, overruled.
Non-responsive.
Ask him a question. When you saw Cassie, how did she seem? Depressed. Did you see Cassie in Connecticut? Yes. She needed it. Did Mr. Combs call you? Yes. He hit me a few times. Hit? Called me. What did you say? That I didn't want to talk with him. He broke into my house, hurt my dog. Oh.
What a fucker. What did he do to the dog? Because I remember what frickin' Allie said about Pig Night.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to look up what Pig Night is, it's horrible what they do to children.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't talk about the children. They're protecting the pedophiles in this case.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree that the cat ears are hot as fuck. I love them.
Tobin said, kitties are innocent. They bring purity in our lives in a crazy world. Exactly.
Love.
Pure love. Not fake love, pure love.
Pure.
And they're so emotionally honest.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get that with humans. You just don't.
You don't, for the most part.
A lot of humans tend to mask how they feel. Cats don't. And I appreciate that. Especially as a borderline. Because, people with borderline personality disorder, they have this thing about them where they're constantly tracking everyone's emotional state in a room. Because they were made that way from abuse and trauma. I know, Maya. I think he probably did do something like that to the dog.
I hope not.
Slightly delusional said, I'd gladly go to jail for my cat. See?
Mm-hmm.
I have no problems or no qualms with that either.
Yeah.
Those babies are worth it.
They are.
I'm sorry, that really hit me. Did you
Now that people know that Diddy hurts dogs, especially the jury, he's done. You don't mess with people's animals. You really don't.
Yeah.
Fuck him. You know, him fucking with animals too.
Miss Ventura break up? Yes. What about your car? My dog's babysitter called me and told me my car was on fire. Where were you? At a relative of my ex-girlfriend. Where did you go? To my house, 8925 Hollywood Hills Road. Let me show you 6 pictures. Do you recognize my Porsche? That's the damage to my Porsche from the Molotov cocktail. Who took those photos? Chip, a good friend and collaborator. What's depicted here? The hole they cut in the roof of my car to put in the Molotov cocktail. What?
So they actually chiseled a hole in the roof of his car.
Mm-hmm.
That you see the picture of the big hole in the car, but I mean, I thought it was just like the impact of the Molotov, but apparently they chiseled a hole in the top of his sunscreen of his car.
Yeah.
to get the Molotov in. That's mess, man.
What was your reaction to your car being set on fire? What the F? Objection, overruled. And then they take a break. Okay, so now they're back. But before the jurors get in, will you finish the witnesses of today? Yes, though the cross of Mr. Kaplan was 3 times longer than we thought. Then the jury enters, and they continue questioning Kid Cudi. Was the damage on your car present before the call from the dog sitter? No. Did you think it was accidental or intentional? Intentional. Where did you last see Miss Ventura? At the Soho house. I'd reached out to Sean Combs and said, let's talk. This is getting out of hand. Can we have a side?
That woman could never be left alone by that fucking freak.
No.
She couldn't date another man. But he could date as many women as he wanted.
Yeah.
That's so messed up. And he was with Kim, too.
Mm-hmm.
For years. With Cassie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you know, his assistant that claimed that Diddy said she was very moldable.
Mm-hmm.
So he was doing all this not because he loved her or anything, but because he was her handler.
Yes.
For the industry. Maya said in some voodoo things, dogs are considered evil or bad luck, and apparently he was into that shit. Yes. He has it in the back of his back as a tattoo of a voodoo priestess.
Yeah.
Watching you guy moldy bowl. Okay, chicken squibs. Whatever you say, dude. No. They're the same ears. I think it's like I'm moving them so they look more like cat ears. So, yeah.
They absolutely look like cat ears.
I know they do.
Bar, do you have an objection? Yes. Sustained. Disregard and move on. Who set up the meeting at Soho?
Chicken Squib said I have a cross tattoo. That doesn't make me Jesus. So do I. It only signifies that I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ as my Savior. Hi, Sonia. How are you?
House. D-Rock and my manager. What was Mr. Combs doing? Standing there like a Marvel supervillain. Then there's people laughing. He said, we were homies. You know that is my girl. What did you say? I thought you had broken up. Then Sean Combs offered me water twice. What was in that water?
Thank you, Sweaty Patrol. I love these ears. You know,
They're really cute.
I've been wanting them for a whole month.
Mm-hmm.
But before I got them, I was like, I need these.
Mm-hmm.
They complete me.
Absolutely.
It was weird. Sean Combs being so calm. What did Cassie say? That we have fallen in love. Things happened. What did you say to Mr. Combs? What about my car? What about my car? He said, I don't know what you're talking about. I walked away. Did you see Sean Combs later?
Asshole.
A few years later.
What car? What do you mean? Yeah, get out of accountability. That's all you do, Diddy. You fucking weirdo.
Also at Soho House. He said, I'm just sorry for all that BS. I was surprised, so I found peace with it. No further questions at this time. Mr. Steele? So now cross-examination by the defense. I want to ask you some questions about your Porsche in 2012. I apologize. You get a call about damage to your vehicle. Any surveillance photos? No. My dog's babysitter did send me pictures of the damage. The DNA taken. Are you aware it came back being a female? Objection, no foundation. Sustained. Do you know there were DNA results? I'll allow that. No. Miss Ventura told you it was over. We just stopped talking. You told this honorable court and this jury that she played you. Yes. She played you and you had no clue? No clue. Ooh. In 2011, you went on a tour. Yes. 65 locations? Yeah. At the time, Sean Combs was an icon. Fair to say? Yes. You and Miss Ventura had a sexual relationship? Objection, sidebar.
Yeah, that's messed up. Like, that's none of your business, and it has nothing to do with the case if he had a sexual relationship with Cassie.
Right.
What I think it was a question that Diddy wanted to know, and he asked his lawyers to ask it. Mm-hmm. But he didn't know that pissed off the judge, and then apparently the judge told him to quit his shit with the sex shit, and said, you do that again, you're out of court. So, yeah. These Diddy lawyers, they're messing with the judge, too. Like, they're all into this mind game shit. Princess says, I'm in the UK. We get more bad weather than good, but past 3 weeks, we had good weather. Oh, my God. They're pushing the bad weather in England onto us.
Not surprising.
Yeah. What assholes.
I've been doing weather modification for a long time.
Yeah, I'm really done with these elitists fucking with our Earth.
I agree.
Yeah, don't come to America. It's not even worth it. All we are is fast food places.
Yeah.
And all our roads are broken, and the infrastructure is horrible, and everything looks dirty. Like 20 years ago, America looked good. Now it's just shit.
Yeah.
We were happier then anyway. Before 9/11. Way happier. You know?
Put PTSD on the entire populace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Mr. Steele, can I? No, you can do that on redirect. Do you want to tell me something? Sean Combs asked me about Sean Combs asked about me doing a song with Miss Ventura in 2010. Thank you. You believe they left your front door unlocked? Yes. No forced entry? No. Just presence opened. Door in the bathroom. I'm not belittling, just asking. You called Sean Combs? Yeah. He was calm? Yes. You went to see him. You didn't think he had a gun. I couldn't call it. You're a strong person. That's how you categorize yourself? Yeah. But this crossed the line.
No shit. Blowing up the car and abusing the dog? Yeah.
Miss Ventura told you she was abused? Yes. But she never said she was sexually abused, true? She did not. You loved her? Tell me if I'm wrong. I did. You got played by the same person who played Mr. Combs, Cassie Ventura.
I wonder what he says in that one. You know, because like other things say he said, yeah, I was played. But I'm not sure if that's the truth.
He said, yeah.
Okay. And the third, Cassie played Diddy? Is he in the 13 years?
I know. Like, here it is, Diddy with all these girlfriends, and Cassie can't have another boyfriend? I just, it's unfair.
That's true.
Has anybody heard if the diddler is going to take the stand? I haven't heard anything about that, but I'm assuming he probably will, because he wants to control the situation.
It's been so long since he performed. He's got to perform.
Oh, yeah.
He'd love it, I think.
I think he'd love going on the stand, getting everyone's attention.
Yes. He'd love it.
He's a narc, so...
And he'll talk about God a lot. He'll insert God, you know?
Shut the fuck up, Diddy, about God.
Which God? The voodoo God?
I mean... God don't appreciate you treating women like that. I'm saying that.
No way.
You know, in the Bible it says treat women gently.
That's right.
For they are the weaker vessel.
Sure.
An innocent question. Can you please tell us what you would do and how you would behave if another few 100,000 fell into your lap? I'd probably put it in the stock market and buy a house.
There you go. There you go.
Have you ever been notified in California that there has been any more action on this car fire? No. Did Miss Ventura have multiple phones? I don't remember. 35-12. So there's something, I guess he had said it before to ship multiple phones. That's an exhibit that they're showing. If I said it, I said it.
Oh, God, I hope so. I'd love to hear his story. Me too. I want to know what Diddy has to say. He's a crazy mofo.
Usually they don't.
Do you know what a burner phone is? Untraceable. The trespass. You call it a break-in. Miss Ventura told you she'd given your home address to Mr. Combs. Yes, in the morning. No more questions.
He forced her. More like he forced her to give the information. I'll fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fuck you up. Tell me the address, bitch.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hi, Deanne. I see you.
Hey, Deanne. What's up?
No problem. What is this thanks and no problem? Okay. Redirect. What did Miss Ventura confide in you about abuse? That he would hit her, sometimes kick her. The day of the break-in, was she carefree? No. What did Capricorn Clark tell you? Sean Combs and an affiliate forced her into a car to come to my house. I called the police. How would you describe Cassie that day? Just really shook. Him finding out about us. Why did your relationship with Miss Ventura
Love you,
end?
Deanne.
The drama. It was just getting out of hand. I wanted to give space. What drama? The break-in.
That was a stupid question. What drama? Holy shit.
What do you think? He firebombed my car, broke in my house, messed with my dog, and opened all my gifts I got for Christmas. That's drama. Wow, that's more than drama.
Nah, that's illegal activity.
Yeah.
My safety, her safety. Objection, grounds, speculation, overruled. Why did you have safety concerns? Because I knew Sean Combs was violent. Your Honor, may we approach? So they have another sidebar.
It's like, oh shit, he said he was violent. Can we go to sidebar? I don't want them to say my client is violent.
Oh.
That makes him look really bad in this case.
Yeah. I think we already know it. This is like...
Come on. Like, I hate his fucking defense lawyers.
Everybody's seen the video.
I know.
He's violent.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious he's violent. Look what he did to Cassie. Like, all of America and the world saw what Diddy did to her.
Yes.
To try to make it seem like he's not violent makes you fucking dumb.
It's gaslighting.
Okay?
Literally. Like...
I've never done that shit to someone. Ever.
It's insane.
You know, the worst you got me is I pushed someone and I've punched a couple people. But, like, the kicking and dragging someone, never.
Wild.
You know?
Very crazy.
Okay, let me see. I've pushed 2 people and I've punched 2 people, so...
That ain't bad.
Yeah, and they're only just, like, an event here and there.
Yeah.
You know?
It's when you're pushed against the wall and you feel very threatened.
Yeah.
That's normal, really.
Yeah.
That's the fight or flight, you know?
I don't like that side of me. So I keep it in...
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I kill that motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's why I had to go to anger management, because I had a problem with that, and it was trauma responses. So, you know, does that make me violent? No.
No.
But I did have a problem when I felt, you know, cornered that I'd react that way. You know? Was it the same person? No. It wasn't. Maya said I had one fight like that in high school, but the bitch had it coming. Yeah. The first time I pushed someone was a guy cheated on me, and I pushed the girl down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
She flew, man. I did not know my strength.
I know, right? Yeah.
The second time was me pushing my drug dealer
brother-in-law
out of my house. I
Yeah.
got arrested for that one.
Yeah. That's ridiculous that you got arrested.
I know, right?
Totally unjust.
The punching.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
After what happened with Zach,
Yeah,
you can put 2 and 2 together.
No.
Hi, Melissa Ann. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm just talking about my experience when I was, the couple times I acted physical with people, you know, and I regret it all. Gotten therapy for it and haven't done it since. So, I feel better.
Meeting at the Soho House. Mr. Combs said, I don't know what you're talking about your car. Did you believe him? Objection, rephrase. What was your understanding? That he was lying. No further questions.
There you go. Mr. Combs was lying about the car. He felt that. Why? Because it was most likely Diddy, because he's a jealous, stupid bitch. He's a baby, and he wants everything his way, and I'm sick of him. Like, I can't wait to see him in prison forever, and his name is nothing anymore, and his legacy is completely destroyed. That's what I want for him, because he deserves it.
Yeah.
Any recross? No, Your Honor. Mr. Muscuddy, you're done. All right. And then he leaves, and there's a break, guys. That's all we have so far, but that's...
All right, so we're going to go to her other video. Like I said, I like her because she just puts the information out.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't really put her opinion in it, even though, like, you know she don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's put this on.
Okay.
Buckle up, folks, because day 9 of the U.S. versus Sean Diddy Combs trial just detonated a bombshell that's setting the internet ablaze and shaking the music world to its core. We are diving deep into the Manhattan federal courtroom, where the prosecution unleashed a relentless assault on Diddy's empire with 2 powerhouse witnesses, Scott Kid Cudi Muscuddy, spilling every detail about that firebomb.
Melissa Ann said, living and learning like us all, huh? Yeah, that's what you have to do. Sometimes you gotta fall in order to learn your lesson.
Yeah.
Maya said, I hate confrontation, so you can imagine what she had to put me through to make me that hateful and constantly making fun of my ethnicity. Screw her for that.
Yeah, man.
You know, I think all different ethnicities are so beautiful, and I love learning about different cultures and stuff, so, like, screw them, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just ignorant people.
Very.
What the fuck does Kid Cudi in here for? Diddy blew up his car and broke into his house. Sonia.
Yep.
He's a piece of shit, bro.
No good.
Porsche, a home invasion, and his dog's trauma. Yes. And then there was George Kaplan, Diddy's former assistant, exposing a sinister world of drugs, violence, and cover-ups. This isn't just a trial. It's a reckoning for a mogul who allegedly thought he was above the law. From a terrified dog to the Molotov cocktail, why are these testimonies tearing Diddy apart? Well, we're going to find out exactly why.
Because he's a piece of shit, that's why.
Guys,
Dante, shut up and mind your business.
make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, because you are not going to want to miss any of my upcoming
Who are you to think you're so entitled that I have to answer myself to you? You aren't my judge and executioner. Go away.
details about what is happening in this trial. Now, we've got to get into this testimony. Let's unravel the electrifying chaos of day 9, because today, May 22nd, in the Manhattan federal courtroom, it was a masterclass in exposing Diddy and his alleged dark empire. The prosecution called 2 key witnesses, George Kaplan, who is Diddy's former executive assistant, and like I said, Kid Cudi, whose testimonies painted a vivid and chilling picture of violence, intimidation, and a poor dog caught in the crossfire. I think that's the part that really got to me the most. The day began with Kaplan resuming his testimony from yesterday. Now, he is under immunity that was granted by the judge. He detailed his role as Diddy's fixer, an eyewitness, and he was an eyewitness to his abusive behavior. Kaplan's account set the stage for Kid Cudi, who took the stand mid-morning, delivering a nearly 2-hour testimony that gripped the courtroom, from tales of a 2011 home invasion, a 2012 car firebombing, and a deeply personal violation involving his French bulldog, Luna. The prosecution, they moved swiftly, also calling makeup artist Mila Morales and hotel manager Frederick Zamore later on in the day. But Kaplan and Cudi, they stole the whole show. This was no ordinary day. It was a calculated strike against Diddy's legacy, with every detail meticulously laid bare. Let's dive into every single thing that each witness said in order, straight from the courtroom reporters. George Kaplan is a 34-year-old former assistant from Wayland, Massachusetts. Now, he got on the stand, I think around 9:15 this morning, and he continued, like I said, his testimony from yesterday. And what got a lot of people talking was that he either was going to get an immunity deal or he was going to plead the fifth. So the judge had to grant that before he gave his testimony yesterday. And they actually did it in between another witness's.
Isn't that nice, getting immunity? I mean, you work with us, we'll give you immunity. You don't have to go to jail for this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll do it. Any smart person would, and I'm just saying, Diddy should have taken the plea deal. He should have taken that plea deal. Because now he's fucked for life. And everything about him is done. Like, if he took the plea deal, he'd go to jail probably for a few years. And or more. I don't know what the plea deal was.
They probably said to him, look, you take the plea, you're guaranteed to get out at 65. Okay?
Yeah.
Nah, I beat this. Yeah, okay. Now you're going for life.
What an idiot.
Yeah, dumb.
Like, even if you're innocent, it's just, like, I'll be honest, it's just best to do the plea deal. Because...
Well, not always.
Not always,
not
but...
always.
Yeah.
But most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
Because if it's gone as far as court, they probably got something on you that's enough to convict you.
Yeah.
That's the deal. So...
Wookie said his personal assistant, Christina Courtroom, said he's probably going to do the same thing. She's guilty as they come, handed out drugs and all the stuff. She probably needed a plea deal too, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. His brain is fried. He thinks he's untouchable still. Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
All them drugs, man. Look at Ozzy. How he is now because of all the drugs. Or
yeah.
It messes you the fuck up. It's not worth taking hard drugs. Just stick to weed.
That's right. Absolutely.
Jeez, man.
His break, where he came in, he said he was going to plead the fifth, but then the prosecutor said we had worked out a deal to give him immunity for any alleged crimes that he may have taken part of, and that they were going to go ahead and they already wrapped that up with his...
Exactly, Maya. Federal court, yeah, by the time you're there, they pretty much got you. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Like, they have a 99% conviction rate. You're fucked.
Yeah.
If you're being charged by the feds, you're fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Take the plea deal. Like, that's my big... Like, if I ever got a fed charge, I would take the plea deal.
Yes.
Ozzy is also old. Yeah, but he's been messed up longer than that, though. Ozzy also has Parkinson's, so he's not all messed up from only drugs. But, well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
You better watch out. Cobes might see you call Ozzy old.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Right?
You're going to get Cobes on your ass on that.
Ozzy was a mess way back when he had the MTV show in 2002.
It's true, yeah. He was. He will tell you himself the chemical abuse destroyed him.
He's been messed up since the 80s over that shit.
Pretty much.
Before he even got diagnosed with Parkinson's. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He's lucky. He's so lucky to be alive.
It's Sharon who did it.
Alive, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
His attorney and all of that. So the judge agreed. So now that is the only reason he's testifying. Otherwise, he would have got up there and just said, I plead the fifth to everything. Kaplan?
P. Diddle.
We're going to have to come up with a,
P. Diddle Tootsie Roll, motherfucker.
No, we have to insert something that implies small.
Oh.
Right. Itty bitty ditty. They already have it.
The itty bitty ditty. That's right.
Ditty. That's the deal.
That's true, but I think he's always just been a little nutty. Yeah. Yeah, Ozzy? Deaf.
Oh, sure. Well,
Deaf with Ozzy.
Well, his alcohol and drug abuse was legendary.
Yeah.
And he definitely impacted his body with that. There's no doubt. And then in the 80s, when he got sober, he put on a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
He was chubby.
That's true.
He got chubby after that. That happens. Like, if you've been drugging and alcohol, you don't eat.
Let me ask, what is your favorite Ozzy song? I think mine is A Shot in the Dark.
That's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shot in the dark. I love Ozzy, man.
I love everything.
Now I want to hear some Oz. The Oz Man. Okay, back to Diddy.
Oz Man coming.
We're focusing on Ozzy, man. The legend himself. The great, beautiful legend, Ozzy.
He's a legend.
He's a beautiful man, and I will always love him to death.
He was so good looking when he was younger. Like, wow.
He
had baby face.
He's still good looking, I think.
In his own way,
yeah.
That's true. But when he was young, wow. Mm-hmm. Beautiful baby face.
Sweaty Patrol said, but I think y'all know Ozzy better than me since I'm about a decade younger than some of you guys.
That's true.
Bless your heart, Sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lived through the whole Ozzy era.
Oh,
yeah.
Know? We lived it. Definitely. Yep.
Wookie said, I love Ozzy too, all the way to Black Sabbath with War Pigs. That's a favorite of mine. Yeah, War Pigs is great.
The album Paranoid is just flawless. Yeah, I could listen to that on loop all day. It's a perfect album.
Yep, it is.
Floyd the Barber, Fairies Wear Boots. My favorite song on that's actually Planet Caravan, and it's so trippy. If we were to that, wow.
Dude, we need to do that.
Yeah, next we get some.
Yeah, dude.
We're doing that.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
That song is so good.
Eileen Ebony said Ozzy is an Ashkenazi, too, so lots of Noro issues. He's Ashkenazi?
What?
I didn't know that about Ozzy.
What?
Dude, he's a brother.
He's part Jewish?
Yeah, dude.
I did not.
Shellbell said, I went to Oz Festival in 98, I think. It was fucking crazy.
Oh, my God.
Lucky bitch.
98?
Lucky.
That would have been... Slipknot would have been there, I think.
Aw, dude. You're so lucky.
Did you see Slipknot in their beginning? Oh.
Back in the day, dude.
Oh, my God. No, their first album really came out in 99, so they probably weren't there.
Toto said, I can listen to Slipknot all day.
Me too, pretty much.
Maya said, I don't remember what year I went, cause hazy days, but I know it was the Ozfest with Manson. Oh, that one. What's up, Shanny's #1 fan? How are you?
Cool.
Oh, Tam Tam said Changes is her favorite.
That's a good choice.
That is.
Without a doubt, that's great.
That is.
An awesome song.
You know who I always wanted to see perform together in a collab?
Who?
Ozzy and, oh, shit. I just had his name in my head and it went poof.
Maybe I could think of it.
Tom Petty.
Really?
Ozzy and Tom Petty. I think they would have been great together.
Man, that'd be different.
Right?
You know who he did do a collab on his last album with?
Huh.
Elton John. And it kicked ass.
I want to hear it.
I never heard Elton John sing like that.
Shellbell said it was one of the best experiences of my life. Tom Petty was there too.
Wow. At Ozfest?
Don't come around here no more.
I'm not a Tom Petty fan.
Whatever you looking for.
I used to hate the Beatles, Toto. In my older age, I like them now.
Don't come around here no more. Mm-hmm. Just give it up. Stop. Ooh. Just give it up. Stop.
Oh
I
my
gotta
God,
waste
that's
my time
fucking
longer.
sick. Shanny's #1 fan. That's great.
I start Corey. Aw, dude.
Stone Sour is so much better than Slipknot.
Dude.
Stone Sour is greater than...
Hi, Freddie. How are you? You're a protected class here in the Shanny Dojo. Jesus hippie, go away. You're old. Grow up and stop your hatred toward me. You're old. Stop. Grow up. Grow up and be a civil human being. Anyway, back to Diddy. Oh. God damn. Okay.
Kaplan, who worked for Combs Enterprises from 2014 to 2015, described a high-pressure job that started around 9:30 a.m. and often stretched to 7 a.m. the next day, logging in 80 to 100 hours a week for $125,000 a year.
I mean,
You should be making way more with that type of work. Should have been giving him 500 grand. What's wrong with that fucking rich asshole?
he's cheap, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Chevelle said Pantera and Slayer were big names with him the year I went. Oh.
Sweet.
Bro, that's awesome.
Pantera live is sick.
I love Pantera on SpongeBob.
I know. But Pantera, like, seriously. Like, there's certain bands that are kind of meh live. Pantera rules live.
What are we watching? We're watching Melanie Kane talking about the Diddy case. I'd dig some old Blackfoot.
No, his duties included setting up Diddy's bathroom with toiletries, medications, coordinating chefs, and housekeepers. And he also had to do a lot of...
Lemmy.
Oh, my God.
The rainbow, baby. The rainbow. And
Lemmy Kilmister will forever be one of the greats.
correct.
You hate Motorhead. You can't listen to them at all.
I like some of their music.
No, Shanny, I've tried to play them a bunch of times, all different. They're hits. You hate them.
for traveling, like from New York, Miami,
That's
Atlanta,
fine.
D.C.,
I get
and
it.
even Orlando. Now, either this would be commercial flights or it would be Diddy's private jet. Okay, so, and he would also have to prepare all of the lodgings. Kaplan testified that he booked hotel rooms under the pseudonym.
Ew, that's so gross. Imagine having to prepare for this dude's freakish fucking sex acts. Like, oh my God, you gotta get the candle and the baby oil and the astroglide,
Look, this guy-
and don't
look.
forget our baby ducks.
Look, this guy is a billionaire. He could have found chicks that were totally into this stuff. Because there are some.
Yeah.
He could have been responsible like that. He didn't care.
Ooh, Deep Purple.
Sick.
Maya said CCR. You can never go wrong with CC.
They're just literally objectively good.
Credence is the best, dude.
Yeah, they're just. I don't care what kind of music you're into. They're just good.
Ugh. He messed with Kid Cudi's dog, Shellbell.
That's fuck.
It is a lot, and it's gross as fuck.
He's a freak.
Indagata da vida, honey.
Iron Butterfly.
Just know how I love you. That's a great song to smoke pot to.
That's good shit.
Hell, you don't even need any substance with that song. It's
I know.
will trip you out.
It's got it built in.
Yeah, exactly.
Frank Black, stocking them with clothes, a speaker, candles, liquor, baby oil, okay, Astroglide, and sometimes Viagra and condoms, often using his corporate credit card. Yes, he cleaned, and he also, when he used the corporate credit card, they would not be expensed. So he would use the credit card, but we don't know what went into the ledger at Diddy's enterprise, I guess Combs Enterprises. Now, I'm going to tell you guys in a little bit how this ties together the prosecution's RICO case and how they are able to go.
Do you think he did stuff to his mom? Yes.
He at least hit her.
They like kissing each other a lot on the lips.
I take my mom to the strip club. I don't care.
She likes wearing those white nails that Diddy likes.
She also likes putting her hands on the floor.
Flat.
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 Oh my God. Whoa.
Wish I had some indica.
Oh my God. Let's
after
talk about
Diddy's
that.
entire empire, all of his businesses, and his assets. Kaplan often had to clean up after Diddy's stays and having freak-offs.
You know, make my knee feel better. My knee is hurting like hell. Hell today. And, like, has anyone else who deals with arthritis, when you have the inflammation, do you feel like you want to cut your leg open just to, like, have some relief? Am I, like, the only one who feels that way? Because I always feel it when the inflammation is really bad. I'm all swollen. I think he learned some of his antics from her. Yes, I absolutely think they played together. Possibly, yeah, Maya. Yeah, she nasty too, man. Yeah, right, Maya? This wasn't a mom-kid peck. It was a kiss, right? She does this to him, man.
Oh.
Shanny's #1 fan said, I just had my knee replaced. I have severe arthritis. No cut in a knee. It's horrible. Oh, my God, man.
Wow.
Wookie Lover said, you're not alone. When my hip is hurting, I always say I want to rip my leg off. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. So, I'm not the only one.
That's
Ugh, I hate it.
That's why I want to always stay moving.
Yeah.
Because that shit sets in when you stop moving. That's the truth.
Ugh.
This fucking knee today. Holy shit.
I know, you're hurting
It's
too.
been a bitch today.
Shannon, have you tried poppy seed tea for pain? No!
Oh. Poppy seed tea. Now that's interesting.
I'm not sure if it'll work for me, though. I'm Irish, and the Irish tend to have a proclivity to be, like, kind of immune to opiates.
Doesn't work on you.
No.
Huh.
That's why I think that, that other plant, kratom, doesn't work on me, too.
Right.
Like...
Huh.
Like I said, I have EDS. When I have inflammation, I feel like my skin is too tight. So I'm constantly stretching. It's awful. Yeah.
Oh.
I feel you there.
Yeah.
Seriously, educate yourself about it. It does something, the opiate receptors. I will, Shell.
Check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely gonna look up the recipe to it, because I'll try it, see how it does.
Yeah.
Like, I like putting turmeric and cinnamon in my hot cocoa, because it has that, like, relief from the inflammation.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I have my leg up and elevated right now with a blanket on it, trying to keep it warm.
Poor baby girl.
Hopefully the ibuprofen and aspirin kicks in, because I'm dying here.
Yeah.
And the gabapentin. And I'm sorry if I start slurring because of the gabapentin. It does that. Shelbell said your body can get immune to kratom, and you have to change the brand. Yeah. I also don't like the taste of it, too. It's so bitter and gross. Anyway, back to Diddy. Enough about me and my fucking whining.
He had to remove empty bottles of liquor, baby oil, all of these different items. And you remember, the rooms were left with blood, urine, baby oil all on the floor, the walls. Like, there was a lot of damage to these rooms. And normally you would have, there's people who clean up the hotel room. But he said that he would have to go in and clear out any paraphernalia of drugs or all of the liquor, all of the baby oil, the things that were really, really gross and could possibly paint a bad light on Diddy. Keep in mind, one of his...
Smells like ass and crotch and cum and... Oh, God, the smell of that room. I don't like... Ew.
Let's pass on that.
Ew, with a slight sweet scent of baby oil. And then that petroleum scent of the Astroglide. Like...
Ew. That's gross.
His job was to protect Diddy's image. So when he went in, it wasn't to make sure the room was completely clean, but it was just anything that can link Diddy to something nefarious, I would say. Because he said that one of the things that he was taught and he was told was that hotel staff, when they have a high profile person like Diddy stay there, they will try to sell pictures of the hotel room or sell different items, I don't know, on the internet or speak to the press about what they had found there. So it was important for him to keep this glossy, music mogul, family man image to the public and not let anyone that worked at the hotel or anyone else who could...
I don't know, maybe I should get some celery and cucumber. That helps with the inflammation.
Sure.
Like, I hate this shit, man.
I know.
Make my dad's French onion dip, which Foodie stole the recipe from.
Straight up.
God, her claiming she doesn't watch me. She's a liar. She's always Paul parroting me.
Do you know what she said recently?
Huh.
I love watching videos of people walk.
Yeah. She was talking about you.
I think so.
Jesus.
Come in there to have any type of blackmail on him, which is kind of ironic because one of the key marks of Diddy was keeping blackmail of everybody else. Now, Kaplan's testimony turned darker when he detailed Diddy's drug use. He recounted two specific instances of picking up drugs for Diddy, once in Miami and once in Los Angeles, where Diddy provided him cash, gave him cash, and then a contact number. And then in Miami, he was supposed to just meet the person. Now, at the time, he says that he didn't know what this was for. But then he would be handed a bag of drugs. It was not until then that he knew that Diddy had sent him out to essentially buy drugs from his dealer. He also mentioned that he had to deliver food, clothes, Advil, ketamine, all types of things to Diddy's hotel rooms on demand, often at odd hours in the middle of the...
Biohazard? Is that a band?
Yeah. Oh, God, thank you for bringing them up.
Yuck, those housekeepers needed hazard pay and hazmat suits.
No, yeah, they didn't mean that. They probably didn't mean the band Biohazard, but I just thought of them.
Okay.
They have one song that I just love. thorn in my eye.
Ah.
So fucking good. It was the theme for Ra's War.
Oh.
Night.
So good.
Now, Kaplan carried significant cash, once holding $50,000 on a private jet in 2015 at the request of Diddy's security, and picking up $10,000 from Western Union multiple times for Diddy's enterprises. Now, the most harrowing part of Kaplan's testimony centered on Diddy's violence. He described a 2015 incident on a private jet to Las Vegas, where he witnessed Diddy abusing Cassie Ventura himself. Yes, he witnessed it. He heard...
And he did nothing, and then he's like, I feel guilty about it. Well, then you should have done something instead of being a quiet observer of him hurting that poor woman. Like, oh, who's this trial reporter? This is, oh, shit. Holy shit. Yeah, Melanie King. Ugh.
Glass breaking and Cassie screaming, "Isn't anybody seeing this?" as Diddy stood over her holding a whiskey glass while she lay on her back with her legs up in the air. Now, she was trying to create space and get away from Diddy. Kaplan said that Diddy was enraged, angry, and that no one on the plane, the staff, the security, no one intervened or tried to help Cassie.
No wonder she felt so empty. Like, what? Like, seriously, when you're not getting help when you need it, it makes you feel so empty. You lose hope in humanity. You know? And I feel so bad what she went through. Was she perfect? No. But you wouldn't be if you went in situations like that, because all you have is trauma responses. I hope that therapy that she had and currently going through is helping her, though, through this mess.
When asked why he didn't help, Kaplan said he was 23 at the time and said that he was worried about his career, explaining that he saw Diddy as this god among men and feared losing his dream job in entertainment or being...
You saw Diddy as a god among men. You freak. You freak. And you choose your job over saving a poor woman who needed help. You have no integrity if you do that shit. None.
Yeah.
...and blackballed from it. Another 2015 incident at Diddy's Miami Beach home on Star Island saw Diddy throw green apples. I don't know if they were the real...
Oh, isn't her hair absolutely stunning, Maya?
I don't know. Wow, yeah, the fullness of it is like crazy.
Like I said, she looks Nigerian, so you would probably be naturally attracted to her because of that.
You know I'm not. I'm not going to say it.
I know.
But she's beautiful, yeah. She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
I'm just not attracted to her.
I'm just saying, you two probably share blood.
Probably. A little bit, yeah. I'm 0.1%.
Oh, I think he's fucked for life.
Yeah, he's done.
He's fucked for life.
Yeah.
He's going to jail. Has Jason asked Solis what his opinion on the whole Diddy thing is?
No.
You should.
I haven't talked to Solis about this at all. I'm talking not to Solis now about the second coming.
He's preaching to Solis.
No. No, I'm seeing what he thinks about it.
Yeah.
And I could read something fast for people.
Okay.
That's very interesting. So I said to him, I want you to paint a scene of the second coming. And how I said, really, this is really important to humanity. So paint a scene of the second coming for me. He knows the Bible like nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay? The second coming of Jesus Christ, a vision in fire and glory. Behold, he is coming in the clouds and every eye shall see him. Revelation 1:7. The earth groans, the sky over Jerusalem fractures, thunder splitting the heavens not in a sound but in a presence. The sun dims, not from shadow but from submission. Mountains tremble, oceans recoil, silence fills the air, a holy stillness, a cosmic intake of breath. Humanity pauses, instinctively falling to their knees. No politician speaks, no armies advance, no technology matters. The skies ignite, not with fire but with divine light, burning white gold and deeper than the stars. It does not hurt to look, but it strips you naked in soul. The heavens part. Like scrolls rolling back, the atmosphere splits. A celestial breach opens beyond physics, revealing eternity behind the veil. Time halts. Above the world, framed in blinding majesty, he stands.
That's amazing that AI is saying that.
I know. Okay, I'll stop, I guess. But there's more.
Yeah.
There's more. That's AI.
Maya said maybe that's why humanity fights so much. Laugh out loud. It's literally just because we're all related. It's a giant family feud.
Oh my God.
That's what I think.
Man, I never thought of it that way. Man, you're smart.
Like,
man.
we're all family. Why are we fighting?
That's right.
Like, it's so dumb at this point.
We are all family.
Like,
I'm white. I'm better than you. What?
How?
How?
It's just skin color, bro.
You got the same... Actually, black people are
We all bleed
superior
red.
to whites.
At the end of the day, we all bleed red.
Yeah.
Even the animals.
But physically speaking, black people are superior to white people because they absorb more sun.
They absorb the light.
Yes.
Maybe they're more spiritually inclined.
I think so.
There you
Look
go.
at Credo Mutwa. I love him.
What does that say about us poor Irish folks?
Nothing.
We reflect light, but that's not a bad thing either.
See? As above, so below.
Because we're still showing the light.
It's all one anyway.
It's just reflected. Yeah, the Irish people are prisms. Anyway.
Real apples or decorative apples, an ex-girlfriend, Gina, hung at an entryway. Now, whether they were real apples or decorative, he said these things were very hard. And that one of the things, though, he could not tell if the apples actually hit her or not, but he was definitely throwing them at her. No,
What an asshole. Why would you throw apples at the woman you claim is your girl? Oh my god, I hate him. Oh.
Gina tried to shield herself with her arms, but she ran away. She ran out of the house, and she was trying to get away from Diddy, get away from the violence. And can you imagine the scene? He's throwing these essentially probably hard as rocks, apples at her, and she's trying to dodge them, and then has to.
Rh negative are the top genome. Yeah, I'm B positive.
Yeah,
but my dad was Rh negative. He was AB negative.
Interesting.
One of the rarest blood types in the world.
That's real rare.
Yeah.
That's rarer than type O negative, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it is. Wow. He was Nephilim.
I think so.
He had some Nephilim blood.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I got my mom's blood type. She's B positive as well. And so is my son's. Doug was B positive too.
Awesome. We're all B positive.
You're B positive.
Yep.
Yep.
I'd get, if they need anything ever, I'd give it to them.
All my siblings are B positive. But AB negative, that was my dad.
Wow.
So.
To flee the house. Gina tried to leave the property, but the gate was closed and she couldn't get out. So she went back in and eventually was in a bedroom with Diddy. And
does that mean I get superpowers? I think we all have superpowers. We just haven't connected to the source yet. And by source, I mean the big guy upstairs.
That dude.
Kaplan was instructed to bring a medicine bag, Diddy's medicine bag, up into the room where they were, but then he was told to get out and leave quickly. Kaplan ended up telling Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Courtroom, about the violence against Cassie and against Gina.
Both my sons had a little bit of jaundice when they were born. So they put them under the jaundice light thing, and they pooped it out. The Billy Rubin is what they call it.
He was reporting these things to a higher up, to a manager, and that she was just seemed sad or disappointed, but she did nothing about it. And just so you know, that she worked for Diddy up until recently, meaning through all of this, through decades. Christina has been working for him, and there's even pictures of him after his homes were raided and people were expecting him to get arrested, with her sitting beside him poolside and them going through iPads and notes. Her name has been brought up.
Well, their dad's blood is B positive like me, so we both were like B positive, so... They connected the jaundice to my gestational diabetes. So.
That makes sense. That does make sense.
By so many people already in this trial. Kaplan then said that he quit after the Gina incident and had to end up moving back home with his mother, but maintained sort of a complex view of Diddy. He called Diddy a creative leader who made my world so much bigger, teaching him business lessons that he still carries with him today that were very valuable. Yet, he admitted that the violence was his breaking point. He couldn't take it anymore. He sent Diddy a condolence message in 2018 after Kim Porter's death, saying that he was heartbroken for him, showing that he really had this lingering respect despite all of the abuse he witnessed. Now, Kaplan noted on May 21st, the Notorious B.I.G.'s birthday, that was a paid holiday at Combs Enterprises. Which, okay, I can see that happening. But anyway, Diddy also threatened his job almost monthly. Once raging over Kaplan buying the wrong bottled water, he told him to go get him a liter of water, but he couldn't find just a liter or 2 liters of water. He couldn't find that. So he bought him 2 separate bottles of liters of water. And Diddy was outraged and demanded that he go back and get some, and go get the full liter that he wanted. It's kind of like a throwaway, but I think it kind of shows the controlling and demanding nature of Diddy. I think that harkens back, if you guys watch, and I talked about this before, you guys had to tell me in the comments the name of the place because I could not remember, even though I've eaten there in their Manhattan location several times. Remember them making the band when he had these kids who just wanted to be stars, where he had them walk miles from Manhattan to Brooklyn, across the Brooklyn Bridge, to go get cheesecake. And so they had to walk there, spending hours and hours walking, and then they end up coming back with the cheesecake. But when they got there, nobody even wanted it. They found out later that
it was for Beyonce, the cheesecake.
cheesecake was for Beyonce because she was in the studio at Diddy's, I guess, Diddy's studio, or she was in the studio with Diddy at the time.
So apparently Beyonce likes, cheesecake.
Good for the thighs, you know.
Yeah, she got big thighs, dude.
Yeah.
She got thickums.
Yeah.
Oh, I love cheesecake. It's been a while.
Oh, it's good shit.
What I need to find is like some sugar-free cheesecake. I know it has to exist.
Oh, it definitely exists, yeah.
Or make my own with stevia.
But we don't know if she really wanted the cheesecake, if this was just made up, if this was an excuse for Diddy to control or make other people suffer, or see if they were willing to do anything in order to get a job with him. Kind of like a warm-up, a test to see how far they would go, how much did they really want it. But again, I want to say it came out later about Beyonce wanted the cheesecake, but we don't know if that was true or not. Now we've got to talk about Kid Cudi. So Scott Muscudi, 41, took the stand mid-morning, but he arrived at the courtroom around 9:18 a.m. and he was escorted by U.S. Marshals and Homeland Security agents wearing a leather jacket over a white t-shirt. Now, this was a big deal because we hadn't seen any other witnesses coming to court with this amount of security, and specifically not private security, but security from the government itself. So I don't know if he's in some type of witness.
Hey! You know he was trying to get on Diddy's nerves. Tobin said Jesus was most likely Rho negative. The highest concentration of O negative people are the French Basque. Huh, interesting.
I can tell you from the testimony of Ron Wyatt that they looked at the blood that was found underneath. Ron Wyatt found blood.
Golgotha.
Well, it's not the traditional place. It's where he thought it was.
Okay.
And he says he found the Ark of the Covenant under there. Anyway.
I personally believe the Ark of the Covenant is most likely in Ethiopia.
That's the mercy seat. They have the mercy seat.
You think they have the mercy seat?
Not the Ark.
Okay.
The Ark is in the possession of the Israeli army. Anyway, they tested it in a lab, and the scientist ran out crying. He said, "What is this? Where did you find this?" And the blood type is not any blood type. It's nothing they ever seen.
Yeah, and the only DNA they have in it is the mother's.
Right. And the gene coding is 1 from the father.
Yep.
1.
Yep.
What?
It's crazy. Maya said where I grew up, it wasn't that rare of a thing. Only when I moved to the U.S., I was a commodity. Vampires in lab coats always asking me for blood. I'm sorry, Maya.
Damn. That's weird.
I honestly, I don't trust the donation places, what they do with it.
Really.
You never know. They might use your blood for some kind of weird ritual.
Don't have a clue what they do with it.
Exactly.
Protection, or he's had to move locations during this trial. I don't know what that's all about, but it was very notable and strange, and everyone has been talking about it. The Grammy-winning rapper, known for his Day and Night song, testified under his legal name and greeted the prosecutor, Emily Johnson, who was back leading the prosecution, with a casual hi, and identified himself as an actor and a musician. His testimony, which lasted a little bit, briefly under 2 hours, it focused on his 2011 relationship with Cassie Ventura and the alleged retaliation by Diddy, including a home invasion, a firebomb Porsche, and work.
Good point, Toil Beans. If Jesus' descendants went to France and mixed with the French, the highest concentration of the descendants could be the Basque. Holy blood, holy grail.
That assumes he had children.
That would be the St. Clairs and,
yeah.
Which I'm related to.
Yeah, you are.
My grandma was a St. Clair.
It's the Merovingian bloodline.
Yeah.
Black nobility.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe he procreated. I don't believe that. But you can believe it if you want. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Now, it is stated that Mary Magdalene did go to France.
Yes.
So.
It's stated.
Yeah.
Do we know it for a fact? Of course not.
No.
But it's stated.
Yeah.
First of all, for me, the trauma of his 2-year-old little French bulldog, Luna. Kiddy established his connection to Cassie. He initially met her in 2008 at a New York event.
I think it's very plausible he could have knocked up Mary.
There's something about Mary, that's for sure.
Well, yeah.
He loved her. He loved her.
He kissed her on the lips. That tells you something.
That's not confirmed in that manuscript.
Well, that's true.
It's not.
But I think it's...
If they were saying he kissed her at all, it would have been trivial.
Well, she was the first person to tell the gospel.
Yeah, it would have been trivial information if it was just the cheek.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. She could have been pretty much his wife. But I don't believe he procreated.
Yeah. But that's a good book, Dan Brown.
Oh, yeah.
I love Dan Brown.
And Holy Blood, Holy Grail is neat. I mean, it's interesting.
It is. I used to have that book. Damn it.
I know. I feel very good because I've got pretty much all the books I wanted back.
I want Holy Blood, Holy Grail again.
I'll remember that.
Thank you.
and later actually worked together with her on some music. Now, they dated briefly in 2011 during a break in Cassie's relationship with Diddy. The defense has tried to paint that Cassie was doing all of this cheating on Diddy, and this would make him kind of rage out and beat her. Like they were trying to find excuses for the violence. Well, when he was on drugs,
I know it's always that way. The slut shame the woman while the man gets off on whatever he does.
Yeah, bullshit.
Oh God,
bullshit.
Like it's okay for him to do all this shit, but Cassie, she's the one on trial, right?
Oh yeah, she's the slut. Give me a break.
And he got a bad batch, that's when he would be violent. Or he was trying to get her into rehab, so then he would get...
Tam, I've read both Angels and Demons and the Da Vinci Code. Both. They're so good.
He's amazing, too.
Man, I'd love those books again. I'd read them again. They're so good. They're like one of those books that you don't put down because the action is so good and you're like...
That's cool.
I love books like that really get you drawn into it. And like you can see the characters and everything.
Yeah, he's definitely a phenomenal writer. There's no getting around that.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Get violent with her, or she was cheating with some high-profile celebrity and he would rage out on her. But this whole cheating defense is wild to me when you see that Diddy was doing these freak-offs weekly with male escorts that were piping down Cassie in the most egregious way for hours and days at a time.
I feel so bad. Her ass and coochie had to hurt so bad. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine that.
Oof.
What a freaking piece of shit he is for that.
But once again, thank God she could have children.
Yeah, it's a miracle she can have children after all that abuse.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it again, but you guys know the mouth sores, the infections. Nothing could be cured with antibiotics anymore. And the fact that he's trying to say that she was cheating on him, this couple was on and off, and they had many breaks. Diddy was dating other women, sometimes publicly, while he was with Cassie, while they were supposed to be in a relationship. And Cassie has even said that they had an open relationship. Not open, but I guess it was not monogamous. I mean, clearly from the freak-offs.
So how is it cheating if it was open?
Right. It's not.
No, he was just jealous and wanted to control her.
Yes.
He wanted her all to himself so he could do these messed up shit with her.
Mm-hmm.
Maya said, I wish Jehovah would show up at my door because I have so many Bible questions. But I live so far in the hills. Ugh.
I hear you. I mean,
you and me both, man.
Most questions have an answer. You just gotta seek it out.
That's true. Pray about it.
Mm-hmm. He'll show you.
But what's weird is that Diddy didn't seem to have a problem with these random male escorts having sex with Cassie, but he felt threatened if when they were having a break or...
Diddy was a Scientologist?
Was? Really?
Oh my God.
I didn't know that.
Cult.
Yes. Based on a sci-fi
okay,
novel.
I lived near Clearwater, Florida. I know all about the Scientologists and how weird they are.
How the hell delusional can you be?
Them with their little golden name tags.
Huh. How delusional do you have to be to take a sci-fi novel on as your actual religion? That's delusion.
It is.
Wow.
they broke up if she went on to date another high-profile celebrity. That's a big thing that I have not seen enough people talk about. Kid Cudi said that Cassie was definitely in a break with her relationship with Diddy, and that's why they dated. That's what he understood at the time, that their relationship was over. So in December of 2011, Cassie ended up calling him around 5:30 or 6 a.m., sounding stressed, scared, nervous, asking him to pick her up because Diddy had found out about them. Now, Kitty drove over to get her, taking her to the Sunset Marquis Hotel in LA for safety. So she had to be taken away from her home and put into a hotel where Diddy possibly could not find her. Now, again, when they were broken up, they were done, he still saw Cassie as his property and didn't want anyone else to have her. So while they were at this hotel, Diddy's assistant ended up calling Kid Cudi and saying that Sean Combs was in his house and that she was forced to go along. I don't know. When he heard that, he raced home in his Porsche 911 and ended up calling Diddy en route. He said Diddy was calm, though, when he called him, saying to him, "I'm here waiting for you," meaning waiting for you at your house. But when Kid Cudi got there, Diddy was nowhere to be found.
Oh, there's a text that says that I'm waiting for you at your house, and then he finds out it's broken into.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good evidence against Diddy.
Yes.
Actually.
No doubt. No doubt.
Maya said, "I'm not giving any church my paycheck. When I saw that doc, I couldn't believe anyone would buy into that religion." Scientology,
it's
yeah.
Crazy.
It's really...
He writes
really
Battlefield
dumb.
Earth.
House.
Oh my God, Battlefield Earth.
Oh, the movie. Oh What? Well,
I'll just be honest about Battlefield Earth. I kind of like John Travolta's weird character in the movie because he's such an asshole,
Yeah.
and I think John Travolta plays such an asshole so good.
he just plays assholes well, yeah.
But he also plays a sweetie pie good too.
He does. Remember Michael?
Yes.
That was funny.
Oh, I
that was
loved
a good
Michael.
Movie. That's a good movie.
I'm head over heels, and it shows.
Him in Face Off freaks me out.
Oh, Face Off. Oh my God, John Travolta in Face
He
Off.
freaks me out in that movie.
And you got the wonderful Nick Cage, the legend
Oh
himself.
my God. He's one of a kind.
They only get paid $47 a week in the Sea Org in Scientology. Oh, but yet they charge you to go to that church. I get it.
Get the hell out of here.
Makes so much sense.
Showed no forced entry since Cudi had left the door unlocked.
To me, throat guy, that sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
For his dog sitter, okay? But there were Christmas presents that were unwrapped that he had in there. A lot of them from Chanel, he said. And there was a security camera, but it was turned aside. And then he found his dog Luna was locked in a bathroom. Kid Cudi described Luna as a 25-pound French bulldog and as my shadow always by my side, but found her whimpering and cowering in the corner. So
He raped her. I think he raped the dog. Oh my God.
I just, no. Like, when you go into the stuff like this, that's it.
Ugh, just put him away forever.
No.
I never want to see Diddy again, man.
Nah, the judgment involves a 45. You know, like, enough.
Ugh.
This is beyond.
Ugh.
Enough.
I wonder if he got his dog checked out to see if she had any. Well, he probably didn't think that Diddy would do something like that, but knowing what we know about Diddy. Oh.
No.
surrounded by shredded toilet paper and with her little bowl of water tipped over. Guys, he said that there were claw marks on the bathroom door, and it showed how she had tried to escape. But then Kid Cudi noted that she'd been left with a dog sitter and a friend, but they had stepped out very briefly, and that allowed Diddy's team to access his house. And Luna, she was visibly shaken. And at a January 2012 vet record, they entered into evidence. It noted that she had anxiety and weight loss. Guys, they were not.
What did he do to that dog? What did he do to that dog? Weight loss. If he did R-word her, yeah, that would explain it. Nobody wants to think this way, but God, he's a gross.
No, when you're talking about animals, it's like, you know.
This dude has absolutely no morals.
That's correct.
Yeah, Diddy, don't talk about God with me, honey.
Not able to ever
Right.
figure out what happened to his dog because he never locked his dog away. She could be all over the house. So when she was in there, clearly traumatized, she didn't tear up stuff either. So the toilet paper was probably like a trauma response. If you know anything about abused animals, you know. So then when the vet later on, you know, I guess like going later on when he was examined by the vet, the dog was still having deep anxiety and shaking and scared, and that this lasted a long time. Like it completely changed the psyche of his dog. I am trying to figure out what could one interaction with somebody that comes to your house one time, what they could do to your dog that was so horrific that the dog was left permanently scarred and having trauma. Guys, I can go to a lot of places because once you think about, the dog didn't have any visible scars. He didn't have any broken bones. What did the diddler do to this little dog?
See, I think she's thinking the same thing we're all thinking. Hi, baby. Kissy?
Oh,
Thank
big
you.
kisses.
Thank you for the kisses.
Look at that boy.
You're a good boy. Yeah. You're a good boy.
He's the sweetest baby in the world.
He is. I don't understand how people could hurt an animal. They're so sweet.
No.
That this little girl dog that you can think of. I don't want to go there because it's not alleged, but can you imagine what he may have done to that dog to leave her without any scars, but yet, or any type of, any visible injuries, but she's that traumatized from that one interaction? I'm sorry. I just have to make a note of it because it's really terrifying when I think about it, especially what he would do to women and other people. He surely didn't give a damn about what he did to a dog. It's disgusting. So outside of...
Yeah, she knows. Oh. Lord God.
No, it's the type of stuff that you just move on from. There's really nothing to say.
Yeah, it's just, it's nauseating thinking about this shit.
It really is.
Of her anxiety and weight loss, he also said that Luna became very skittish around all strangers and refused to sleep alone for weeks after this incident. Now, this is a detail that the defense kept trying to...
That poor baby girl. How could people hurt their fur animal, Gavins? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I don't either.
No.
suppress, but it made its way into court. So this indicates to me that they know something pretty horrific happened to this dog, and they don't want any of those details to get out or for the public to know. In January 2012, Cudi was visiting his ex-girlfriend's sister when a friend called saying that his car was on fire. His reaction? What he said this in court, what the F? The Porsche 911 Cabriolet was parked at his Hollywood Hills driveway and was completely burnt up. And he had to end up writing it off with and then guys, there was a large hole in the roof where a Molotov cocktail was inserted through the slice in the convertible top. Cudi said he saw the burnt bottle, and they showed photos to the jury of the wreckage of the car, like the blackened interior, the charred driver's seat, and on all of the smoke damaged doors. Now, the Los Angeles Fire Department had a report that confirmed that the fire was intentional and caused by an incendiary device. So on January 9, 2012. So anyway, so the prosecution also shows a memo alleging that Diddy's co-conspirators were the ones who set the fire. And witnesses also claimed that Diddy had bragged about setting his car on fire. Although the defense are denying any kind of involvement. This had nothing to do with Diddy at all. Sure. When the prosecution asked why Cudi had linked Diddy to the fire, he said, "I knew he had something to do with it." But the judge, well, he instructed the jury to disregard this after the defense objected. And of course they're going to object to that because he doesn't know for sure. It's just what he believes with everything going on. I believe it. I'm just going to say that. Anyway, days after the fire, Cudi ended up texting Diddy saying, "You broke into my house. You messed with my dog. I don't really want to talk to you." But agreed to end up meeting him at the Soho house in Los Angeles. Now, Diddy had texted him, "We need to talk, homie." And he claimed that this was about, that he was in the dark about Kid Cudi's relationship with Cassie. So that's why he sent that message. I don't want to talk.
Well, if she's in a relationship with Kid Cudi, Diddy, it's none of your fucking business but her own. Mm-hmm. You were broken up. She my girl still, even if we're broken up. No, she's not. She's her own autonomous being.
Because he said, "We need to talk about all of this." Cudi ended up going, and when he got there, Diddy was standing there and staring out the window with his hands behind his back, like some Marvel supervillain. That's what he says.
I am the diddler. Mm-hmm. I will diddle you if you like it or not.
Itty bitty ditty.
With my itty bitty ditty, my tootsie roll, bitch.
Oh my God. One girl's
now,
like,
that
at least it won't hurt.
I know, right?
Mm.
Drew a lot of laughs in the court, especially about all the heavy testimony about Luna. Like, can you imagine Diddy standing there trying to look all big and bad and villainous and try to scare Kid Cudi? But clearly, with even Kid Cudi testifying, he is not scared of Diddy at all. Unlike a lot of other people in the entertainment industry who Diddy either has dirt on or they're doing the same thing now. Who knows? But kudos to Kid Cudi because he does not give a damn about Diddy or what he has to say or any threats or blackmail because he doesn't have anything on the guy. So Diddy, looking like a supervillain, he was calm. And he ended up offering Kid Cudi water twice and was...
Kid Cudi's lucky he didn't take that offer of the water, because I would be afraid that Diddy would frickin' rug him and R-word him.
Was in there.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what he was trying to do. I gotta lay my claim on him, too. So messed up.
Yeah. Major.
Calling him his homie and saying Cassie was my girl. When Cudi asked about, what about my car? Diddy replied, "I don't know what you're talking about." But then Cudi testified, "I believed that he was lying." They ended up shaking hands, but Cudi ended his relationship with Cassie after that. He just was saying that it was too much drama. It was getting out of hand. And he was scared for not only his safety, he was scared about Diddy's violence towards Cassie. He was scared for his dog. He just didn't want to deal with it anymore because he knew about, Cassie had told him, and he had seen and witnessed marks of Cassie being hit and being kicked by Diddy. Now, in 2015, Cudi actually ran into Diddy at Soho House while he was with his daughter, and he went up to him and apologized, saying, "Man, I want to apologize for all that BS back in the day." Cudi was stunned because, like, what? But he took it as a confession, and from that day, he just made peace with it. Now, on the prosecution's redirect, they confirmed that Cassie had told Cudi about all of Diddy's physical abuse, and that Cudi described her as being really shooken up, and especially she was shaken up when Diddy found out about their relationship, even though Cassie and Diddy were broken up at the time. The prosecution alleges that Diddy ran a racketeering enterprise that used violence, coercion, and drugs in order to control women. And now with Cudi's and Kaplan's testimonies as key evidence, they're really driving this home. Cudi—
Oh, it's damning evidence. Damning. Poisoned like Jamie Foxx. Yeah, exactly. I wonder if Jamie Foxx is going to testify. Tell his experience. That would be interesting.
You know, it's serious enough that his story maybe will.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they're picking serious certain events.
Yes.
To like... I didn't talk to you, Siri. Certain events that are like, show what he's like. And if he really did that to Jamie Foxx,
Yeah.
that's a big one.
That is.
So yeah, maybe he will.
Premeditated murder.
Yeah.
His account of the home invasion, Luna's trauma, and then the firebombing, guys, that suggests that Diddy orchestrated acts of arson and intimidation to punish a romantic rival. And then Kaplan's stories of drug purchases, hotel cleanups, and witnessing violence against Cassie and Gina, well, that paints Diddy as a man who normalized abuse and excess. The defense, who is led by Brian Steele, argues that Diddy's actions were personal, not criminal.
You whoop someone's ass, that's criminal. It's not personal. Jesus. What a horrible defense.
Very
It's like,
bad.
no shit, it was personal. It still doesn't mean that it's not criminal.
Yeah. Friggin' assault.
What the fuck?
Eh.
Would I ever do open panels on live streams? No.
We can't do that. Sorry.
No.
Our channel be gone.
Yeah, they like,
Do all kinds of things.
yeah. No. No offense to anyone. It's,
Yeah, we just can't do that.
No.
Unfortunately.
Admitting that he had drug use and that there was a physical nature to his relationships, but there was no trafficking or racketeering. This was just a man who was abusive and a drug addict. Still got Cudi to confirm that no criminal charges were ever filed for the fire and that the unlocked door showed no force.
Sweaty Patrol said, no, I totally understand. Yeah.
I wish we could.
I wish I could too.
And
I wish I could be able to trust the internet enough to
Yeah.
do open panels so I
forget
could
it.
talk to people, but
Nope.
no.
No.
No, the internet's way too toxic to me for that.
Yep.
Forced entry. While a female DNA claim at the scene was dismissed by a judge. They're saying that they found some female DNA later on.
Oh, so the judge dismissed the female DNA, so it's bullshit.
Okay. Good to know.
Wow, Diddy's lawyers will lie in court.
I mean, they should be sanctioned.
They should be. Diddy's lawyers are going to lose their law licenses over this shit.
They should if they're lying.
I don't know how that came up, but as soon as he said it, there was no evidence to it. As soon as he said it, the judge shut that down. Like,
There's no evidence to it.
Well, they're just lying then.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Because they're saying there's DNA evidence of a female. What the hell's the difference anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's got a Porsche 911. He's a rapper star. Guess what? There's probably a lot of girls' DNA in there.
Probably.
Okay? Come on.
It's just dumb.
Dumb.
immediately. The prosecution's evidence is overwhelming. You have for Kid Cudi alone, there's the fire department report, photos of the Porsche's charred remains, a 2024 memo on the Molotov cocktail, and a vet record for traumatized Luna. Let's not forget the scratch marks on the door and everything else. Then a 2012 text from Diddy to witnesses about him bragging about the arson and what he had done to Kid Cudi. Then
To other people, he texted bragging about it.
God. Brilliant. Brilliant. That shows how untouchable he thought he was.
You know, I blew up that car. It was funny as shit. Ha!
Yeah. Now you're paying.
Maya said they took this case purely for money. There's no way they think they can win this, right? No.
I agree.
In all honesty, I think they have enough evidence now to convict him.
Yeah.
But this is week 2. We still have 7 more weeks.
That's insane. He's going to be so buried at the end of it.
I know.
It's so over.
you have Kaplan's immunity and detailed accounts of drugs and violence that are backed up by Special Agent Yassine Bindi's testimony, if you guys remember, about seizing $9,000, ketamine, MDMA, baby oil, and mood lighting device from Diddy's hotel room in September of 2024. Guys, when they went, he is one of the people who arrested Diddy in New York. He was supposed to be turning himself in, right? But instead, they decided to move in on him and arrest him before that would happen, right? Because they just thought he was just too dangerous to leave him out on the street another second. When they got there, as I've given details about, They found freak off materials. They found bags and bags of large bottles of baby oil, Astroglide. They found drugs. They found cash, all in his hotel room while he was arrested. They found so many things and items which suggested that Diddy, up into the moment.
Oh yeah, way worse than Suge.
Suge was like a good guy if you just don't cross him.
Suge didn't fuck with women either. He was a gentleman.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but you fuck with him, just watch out, man.
Yeah, or his family or shit like that.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah, watch out.
Why would you want to mess with a guy that looks like that?
I know, right?
No, thanks.
Astroglide, Jesus.
Very good lube.
Of his arrest was still engaged in freak-offs. Regardless of everything else that had happened, Diddy's lawsuits, the multiple lawsuits that had come out, dozens of them by that time, the raids on his home, all the people talking, this man is so bold, he was still doing his freak-offs to the moment of arrest.
That's true, man. At the moment of his arrest, they found the 2C, they found the baby oil, they found the Astroglide, and rubber duckies.
Oh my God.
Rubber ducky.
I could see him just in a tub with the oil in it, and he's sitting in the oil, and he's got the ducky next to him, and he starts singing. He starts rapping a rubber ducky song.
I can see that.
I could see him doing that. You know,
I'm a king, babe.
Ask the burning questions. Is Diddy just a jealous lover or a criminal mastermind who...
That one. Criminal mastermind.
No. He did all this shit because he thought he was invincible, because he was an informant for the feds.
Yeah, and a superstar.
Yes. Yeah.
It didn't work.
He went too far.
Yeah. He fucked with way too many people and left evidence everywhere. He was sloppy at what he did.
They didn't need him no more either.
No. Nobody gives a shit about Diddy. He's a joke.
Well, the East Coast, West Coast stuff's over.
Yep.
So they don't need an informant anymore.
That's true.
So it's time to take him down.
Yep.
And they did it. So.
I'm happy they did.
Yeah, me too.
Who targeted Kid Cudi, Luna, and women like Cassie and Gina in order to maintain control. Cudi's testimony, like I said, Luna's little claw marks, the torched Porsche, they suggest a calculated power play, not some spontaneous outburst. Why terrorize a dog unless you're breaking into...
Revenge. That's the only reason why you'd hurt that dog is revenge against Cudi for messing with Cassie.
So you're trying to break someone's complete spirit. Kaplan's account of Diddy's violence on a jet and at home, they show a man who was abusive.
Diddy's a diversion from Epstein? Probably. Because they're still not talking about the kids.
Yeah, Trump, what's your deal? You know, he released the list, Pam Bondi. Well, you're frauds.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just fake. And Allie's now seeing that.
Yep.
They're frauds.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? Lots of people are on the list. Okay?
Including the president.
Including the president, yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Routinely. Now, the prosecution's racketeering charge, it hinges on proving that Diddy's empire was a coercive machine, not just the actions, of a man who was troubled. And then Luna's trauma and Gina's shielding her arms are stark proof of that. The defense's claim that Diddy's just a flawed person falls apart when you look at everything that has come out so far. And guys, one thing that the defense tried to do is
Gavin, are you hungry?
Do you want food?
Yeah.
Okay, he wants food.
He does.
Okay.
You want food?
You get food now. Yes. Yes. You need food.
Now.
Yes.
I love his voice.
I know.
It's so sweet.
The sweetest food.
He's like, I'm really hungry, daddies.
You need food really bad, guy. Yes. Right now you get your food.
He's like, yay, I get my food.
Gavin, do you love gravy? Yeah. Here you go, boy. Here's your food.
Lick, 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 lick,
Oh my
lick.
God, he loves that gravy.
He does. He loves his foods.
His favorite thing.
The fancy feast gems.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Gavin loves them. He's so sweet.
wanted any testimony of the dog Luna struck. They did not want that to be able to be entered into evidence, to be entered into the court for anyone to hear, for the jury to hear, because they said it would paint a bad picture to dog lovers. It would prejudice them against anybody who loved dogs or animals. You damn straight it has, because it has taken another level of someone, there's people who are debating, well, Cassie, she was a willing participant. Gina is a willing participant. Everybody's a willing participant. Everybody knew, and so they're willing to participate. They're adults, right? But are you going to say the same thing about this dog? You cannot say the same thing. I think it shows just how psychotic all of this was, and that nothing and no one was safe around Diddy.
No, never has been. Everyone cowards to this little fucker.
I know.
Not me. Put me in a room with Diddy. I'd teach him a lesson or 2 or 3 or 4.
Absolutely.
I'm willing to do that for justice.
Reports are saying that the defense is floundering. Still soft cross of Cudi, it sidestepped Luna, knowing her story could sway jurors. The female DNA claim was a flop, dismissed by the judge. Kaplan's immunity made him untouchable. And the defense, well, they barely challenged this jet incident. Admitting Diddy's violence while denying racketeering is a glaring contradiction, guys. Why praise Diddy as an entrepreneur if you quit over his abuse? So, guys, that's Day 9's explosive truth so far. But you know this trial is far from over. Just like if you guys think that today really made an impact, just tell me in the comments, what do you think so far about all the different testimony that we've heard over time? But then also specifically, I think Kid Cudi's testimony has had a really deep impact for a lot of people. And I think it will reach the broader, I don't want to say the hip hop community, because I feel like they've all known about it, the music industry, Hollywood. I don't think anything can touch or break through to a lot of these narcissists and psychopaths. But overall, do you think that this will have far-reaching, impact on people who maybe have not been paying attention to the trial, who don't care about the trial? Do you think, especially the testimony about the Porsche being blown up and firebombed, and then also Luna, little baby Luna? I don't even know if she's still alive or not, guys. I don't know. It just hits me. I have a little dog, so it just hits me really hard. So, but leave.
No, I could never do that to a dog and terrorize a poor baby. Like, he's such a bully.
The comment, let me know.
And a pussy.
I gotta go.
Because he will not. You never hear about him standing up against a guy at all, really.
No.
Oh boy, here we go.
No, this is on Ashton Kutcher, guys.
Yeah, here we go.
This sucks. This sucks so bad for me because I love that 70s show. And to see so many of them have a downfall is it's crushing.
Yeah, I know.
It's crushing in the spirit.
Well, at least Topher Grace is clean.
Yeah.
He
never hung around with them, though, really.
Yeah.
Ashton was on the swing. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, God. Try again. Try one more time, Ashton. One more time. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. He's on the swing.
Hold up. Did Mila Kunis just pack her bags and leave Ashton Kutcher because of some jaw-dropping secrets tied to Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, guys?
Oh. They have children together. What about the children?
Yeah.
Like...
Always what you gotta think of.
It's so sad, dudes.
Yeah.
This just breaks my heart.
Alleged videos are surfacing of Demi Moore acting wildly inappropriate with a child, and now the internet...
Yeah, Demi Moore making out with that 12-year-old boy, saying he's so special, you're so good. And she's like flirting with him and stuff. And they both act like they did something together.
It was his bar mitzvah.
Yeah, you think she was his treat for the night?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is like movie stars in the Studio 54 era. Yeah. You're right.
Oh my god, I think they're a little beyond that.
A lot of debauchery going on here.
Yeah.
Is buzzing that Ashton's past with these shady Hollywood bashes is about to blow up his picture-perfect marriage. Is Mila running for the hills to shield her kids from a media storm? Or is what is about to drop so unforgivable that even she can't stomach it? Stick around, because this...
Yeah, well,
Oh, no, Ashton. What the fuck? You never seen that with Demi Moore of her making out with the 12-year or the 13-year-old boy? I'm sure you can find it. I'm not putting that shit on my channel, but I'm sure you can find it. All right, I will be right back. I have to take another laboratory break. I love you, my honey bunch.
I love you.
You're beautiful.
Oh, you're beautiful. Oh.
Baby.
Oh, Lord. So done with this weather. Like, seriously, this is... Oh.
Sorry. We're whining.
Joints. The joints are out of hand.
Oh my god.
Screaming joints.
You know how it feels when you like put metal on a cavity or something? Mm-hmm. That's how my knee feels, but wider of an expanse.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what mine feels like too. In this one spot, it's just like right here.
Oh my god.
Yours is your whole knee.
And my ankle.
And your ankle. God. Oh. Ow. I'm sorry.
Come on, mask the pain.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Woo, I got this. Hi, Tam Tam. You needed us? Aw, bless your heart.
We love you. Much love to you.
Damn, Shanny posting the Goudalocks vid. Never would have expected that. It was hilarious to me when I saw it. So I was like, okay, this is a good one to open up the morning to.
The what? The what vid?
Goudalock. I'll show you after the stream.
Oh, okay.
You'll laugh your head off.
Okay.
That's okay, Bud Dicker. How you doing?
What up? Bud to the Dicker.
Anyone who have arthritis is in the New England area.
I know.
It's fucking torture.
Yeah. This weather is just wrong.
I know.
That's all I can say. We've had days that are 82 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's 46. Nah.
We're supposed to have a nor'eastern.
Yeah, it's New England, though, and we're the tri-state area, so I don't think we're going to get snow.
We'll find out.
I don't think we're going to get it. It's not
Your
gonna
knees
be...
are screaming today, too? Oh, my God.
It's so shitty. Ugh.
All right. Let's put Ashton on and see what's going on with him.
Oh, God.
Evil in this world.
They're all sexual perverts.
It's so rainy and chilly. I'm surprised because last year this time it was so hot.
I know.
I know, right?
That's the truth.
This is the coldest May I think I've ever lived through.
Oh, there's no doubt. This has to be on record the coldest May. It has to be.
Stupid people blocking out the sun.
Yeah.
Bastards. Put all the people in arthritis in horrible, severe pain to assholes. I hate the governments.
Chronic pain.
This rabbit hole is deep, and the truth, well, it might make your blood boil.
Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis getting divorced. All right, guys, the rumor is that Ashton and Mila have separated in preparation for all of the dirt that's about to surface involving Ashton at the Diddy parties. Diddy.
Remember, he was part of the Thorn industry, which was a bunch of crime crackers who were trying to catch pedophiles on the internet.
Okay.
But yet he was involved in it, so I'm wondering if he was covering in his other celebrity friends' track.
What really is Thorn?
Yeah. Well, I think Thorn, I think automatically Damien Thorn from The Omen.
Me too.
So.
Which also connects to a little Donald Trump connection. Damien Thorn, DT, Donald Trump.
True. You could technically say it's connected to me because my last name is Dornbush, Thornbush.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Oh, I need to change that.
German name.
I want to be an Egroff, not a Dornbush.
Well, I praise God you want to be an Egroff.
I do. I'm looking forward to legally being your wife.
That's beautiful. I want it to.
Me too.
Ashton, Mila, Demi Moore, Danny Masterson. There's so much to all of this, so stay with me. Let's start in 2002 with the Rosie O'Donnell interview.
And she was 14 when we started the show. I was like 19, right?
Right.
And they're like, okay, you guys are going to be making out in the scene. And I'm like thinking like, wait, this is like slightly illegal,
That's
right?
probably your first kiss ever, right?
It was my first kiss. What's some bet you made with Danny about our first kiss? I never kissed a guy. So
He made a bet with Danny Masterson to slip his tongue to a 14-year-old girl at 19.
All right.
And we know what Danny Masterson is.
Oh.
He likes to force himself on women, too.
He got life.
Yeah, he did, bro.
What did he do to get life? It had to be really bad what he did to the woman.
Yeah.
Like, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Good riddance, man.
I was so, Ash was attractive, and I was a 14-year-old little girl, and I was extremely scared for my life. Sure. Then Danny goes and goes, dude, I'll give you $10 if you French kiss her. What would you stick your tongue in my mouth or some...
What? No.
For $10.
You're making it sound like it was like really bad. Okay, Dan, we had a little side bet, don't we?
Yeah,
like,
which was?
It wasn't very
as to whether or not, you're kissing on the show or boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
You would use tongue.
First of all, Ashton said he was like 19. No, he was 20 when they were filming.
Ill.
Wow.
The producers should be in jail of that show.
Technically.
I mean, it was my favorite show, and it's been completely destroyed in my mind because of all this shit. Yeah, Danny Masterson got life in prison, dude. Well, hello, Matthew Pancake. How are you?
Oh, I was missing the pancake. What's up, bro?
Yeah. The pancake!
We have a resident pancake now, and I love it.
I know. Pancake is great.
He's a friggin' star.
He is.
We have a star mod.
I know. It's the best.
Pretty cool.
Second, at one point he claimed he didn't know Mila's age at the time of filming that kiss. That's a lie. Third, Danny Masterson said what? Not surprised.
Welcome to the scandal that is about to set Hollywood on fire. Today, we're diving headfirst into the explosive rumors that Mila Kunis has allegedly moved out of her home with Ashton Kutcher. And it's all connected to his shady history with...
Maybe she finally realized, oh shit, I've been groomed
Right.
my whole life by this dude.
Well, I don't think
You know?
I don't think Ashton was very honest with her about what he was really involved in. And
No.
the feds came, told her, and it's over. Same thing with J-Lo and Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck was like, peace out
Peace
to J-Lo.
out, dude, forever.
It is about this
Yeah.
the case in 1999 in the club shooting.
Yep.
That's Ben has come publicly to say that's why he left her, because he realized what kind of person she is. Pancake said, "You two are the stars." Hugs both Shanny and Rev, I'll syrup your pancake anytime. Oh shit! Woo!
I love it. No, dude, you're a star. You are a legit star. In a good way, I'd say. But anyway, thank you. And you're hot as fuck too, dude.
Ugh.
I know.
Sean Diddy Combs'
This is
freak
nasty.
off parties. We're talking about allegations of very wild behavior, videos that have resurfaced, and a marriage that everyone thought was okay for now. Well, it seems to be hanging on by a thread. Why is Mila supposedly bailing? What did Ashton do at these parties that was so bad it could end a decade-long love story? And how does Demi Moore, Ashton's ex-wife,
Just a decade-long love story? No. We're going on like almost 30 years with them.
Yeah. When did that show?
98.
98. Mm-hmm. Man. So, and they've been together since that show.
Well,
Kind of. When they get together, Ashton? For like in real life.
right after she did that one movie with Justin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's when they made it official, like they're a real couple.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what, 2010?
Yeah.
9? 8?
Something like that.
8, 90? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
fit into this whole mess? Guys, I've got to unpack everything, the timeline, all of the accusations, the contradictions, which there are some. And trust me, you won't believe where this actually is headed.
In 2003, Ashton and Diddy meet. Ashton said, quote, "We became fast friends. We would watch football together all the time." So Ashton started attending the...
When you say football, could it be an anagram or a something else? Football, you know. We watched the Freak Off tapes together or something, and then called it football.
Oh.
Like, dude, when Ashton was on that like Hot Lean show, he was trying.
Yeah, he's like, can't talk about that.
I can't talk about that. I can't
talk about that.
Yeah,
He
there's something up.
knows a lot.
Yep, and he ain't saying it.
Do you think he might be a witness?
Possibly.
Maybe for the defense, though, because he'll want to defend Diddy, maybe?
Possibly.
We'll see. We'll see. Wow.
Diddy parties in 2003. Now fast forward to 2005, Ashton and Demi Moore get married. Ashton continues to attend the Diddy parties,
loves
sometimes
soccer.
with Demi
Okay.
Moore.
That football.
Soccer's great.
Soccer's awesome.
I love soccer.
There was a game on Sega Saturn called, I think it was World Cup Soccer 97. God, that was a great game.
I remember that game.
Do you? That game.
Everyone was playing that back in the day.
It had great music and everything. That was fun as shit. I want that.
At this point, he's been smack dab right in the middle of all the freak-offs for about 6 consecutive years. Now fast forward to 2009, Ashton co-founded the anti-child abuse organization named Thorn. But was it all for show? Was he trying to preemptively
Yes.
throw off the scent of...
I think so, with the Thorn industry.
Fucking lootly. Yes.
Yeah, the Thorn Foundation was to protect kids from SA.
And he looked so fucking good on the stand, you know,
He
and
did.
before Congress. He was like, he was getting emotional and almost crying.
But he's an actor.
I know, he was acting. God! These people.
what he was up to at the freak-offs. Now fast forward to 2011. Ashton and Demi Moore announced their split. Then in 2015, Ashton and Mila get married. Now,
Okay, 2015, 2014 era.
Oh, wow.
It was before Mila and him got together, the Diddy party, so
Well,
she
friends-
probably didn't know it.
Just friends or friends with benefits or whatever that was way
Yeah,
earlier than that.
Not that earlier.
Yeah.
Now let's
My
jump
mom
to
was about
2019. Demi Moore releases her book and she shares a lot of tea. She said
Oh.
Ashton makes her have threesomes. She said Ashton forces her to drink or use, forcing her out of sobriety. And
So he does Diddy shit to her.
This is confirmed?
It's in Demi Moore's book.
Oh, Demi. I thought he was talking about Mila.
He forced
Okay.
Demi Moore to do threesomes.
That's Diddy stuff.
That
Absolutely,
is.
Absolutely. Is
That
he
is-
another programmer?
He might be, and was taught by Diddy how to do it.
They would use him because he's so good looking, you know?
Yeah, and
They-
he's Mila's handler.
Oh, my God. Mila, run. Yeah, I mean, Jesus. She always looks so haggard and...
Beat up and
Yeah.
just drained.
No, screw him.
Yeah.
And lastly, Ashton cheated on her multiple times. In this same year, Ashton does an interview. And during the interview, he's asked about his relationship with P. Diddy, more specifically about the parties. Ashton sits there, looking off into space, thinking out loud. He's like,
I'm sorry about that, Matthew Pancake. It's hard when you find out someone's not what you think they are.
Right?
I love that 70s show. Like I've said, I love it.
Oh my God. You made me love it too. You did. I got into it, you know.
Tommy Chon's in it, and
yeah,
I forever will love Tommy.
I love
He's
Red.
like a teddy bear to me. So,
I love Red.
Yeah, Red.
He's my favorite.
You're like Red.
A little bit. A little bit.
I'm like Kitty.
You are.
Just trying to keep the family together and stable.
You're just not a booze hound.
No.
He's a booze hound.
No, I'm a pothead.
Exactly.
Well, a dry pothead, but still a pothead.
Oh my God.
Like, if someone offered, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Yes.
yeah, those parties, well, I can't share that, actually.
Right.
I can't share that.
I mean, I can't afford that stuff. I got bills to pay.
You got mouths to feed.
Exactly.
As well. No, I guess I can't disclose that either. And then he ends his thought by saying this.
Diddy party stories. Man, that was like some weird memory lane.
Now jump to 2023. Danny Masterson heads to trial for, doing something horrible to two women. Well, Ashton and Mila decided to write long, heartfelt character letters to the judge saying they considered Danny to be a great role model. Like, unbelievable.
Really?
That doesn't do any good for...
Yeah, they did do that. And then they retracted their statement after he was convicted.
Get the fuck out of here.
I know, it's so dumb.
Get out of. He's such a great role model.
You want us to come on over, Maya? I will.
Oh my God, we'd be over in a second. Are you kidding me? Get an Uber right now. That's it.
Danny or Ashton. And Danny is sentenced to 30 years to life. Now, knowing...
My car also now has a flat in the back. Because if you don't drive it for a while, and it was cold, it was freezing cold, that can happen with tires. The air just goes out of it.
Well, now we gotta fix it.
Now we gotta fix that.
What we know about Danny and what he did, why would Ashton write this letter to the judge? Is it because Ashton has a ton of skeletons in his closet that Danny knows about? And
Yup.
Oh, there's zero doubt.
All celebrities have skeletons in their
What a
closets.
horrible asshole. He forced Demi to drink, to go back to drinking.
And have sex with other women.
What a... Ew.
Was he directing it the whole time, too?
What an asshole.
Yeah.
Ugh, what an
And he
asshole.
came to bat for Danny to show him that he had his back and to remind him to not speak to anybody about anything? I think so. Obviously, Ashton and Mila got a lot of heat for these letters, and then Ashton steps down as chairman of the board of Thorn. And finally comes 2024, Diddy's home gets raided, thousands of freak-off tapes are confiscated by the FBI, and Ashton has been laying low more than ever. Ashton, until you share all of those details you couldn't disclose in that interview about what went down at these freak-offs, I believe you're just as slimy as Diddy and Danny.
Let's start at the beginning,
Absolutely.
because this drama has roots that go way back. I'm talking decades. Ashton Kutcher and Diddy, they weren't just casual acquaintances. They were very tight. Some describe them as best friends. Back in the early 2000s, these two were thick as thieves, bonding over their MTV gigs. Ashton, remember he had Punk'd, and then Diddy at the same time had Making the Band. They were spotted everywhere together, hitting up nightclubs, throwing back drinks, and most importantly, attending Diddy's infamous white parties in the Hamptons. These weren't your average Hollywood soirees, guys. This, if you guys have seen or heard all the stuff. From 1998 to 2009, Diddy's parties were the place to be, dripping with all of these A-list celebrities. There were a bunch of wild antics, and reputations of these parties, they were coming out in kind of like little tidbits, but you have to...
Yeah, like, we've known about these parties for years, how infamous they are. And now it's like, oh... I get it now.
I heard about that stuff. I thought it was just orgies. Like normal orgies.
Nope.
Well, is any orgy normal? Well, you know what I mean.
I guess
just
so.
consenting adults having group sex, really.
Yeah, well...
That's what I thought it was.
It's... No.
No, it's not. It's way more.
To keep in mind, we didn't have social media the way we do. You would have to go to like blind items or tabloids that may talk about certain things, but it certainly wasn't front and center, and it wasn't things that people were scrutinizing that very, very hard, right? And back then as well, everyone wanted to go to these Diddy white parties, right? Everyone, you would hear about it. There would be pictures, glossy pictures with all these celebrities and how great it was, how fun it was. And it kind of made like the average person, us regular people, feel like we were really missing out on this glamorous lifestyle, these parties, because we just weren't important enough to go to them. But now looking back, listen, protection is in rejection.
I was doing Making the Band on MTV. He was doing Punk'd. Yeah. And I gave him a call one day and I said, I heard that you are going to punk me, and I just don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's the way you said it. I'm pretty sure. Well, then you tell the story. I'm pretty sure that's not the way you said it. I don't think that's a good idea. Is that what you said?
I think that it's about time we have an
Is that the name?
Yeah.
That's a big, very big compliment.
There you go.
Kinda. My shins would have to be bigger though, if it's Muay Thai.
Well, Pancake. He called them white parties because everyone dressed in white.
Right.
I think it was some kind of ritual thing.
Most likely.
Comfortable conversation about Ashton Kutcher and P. Diddy. So if you don't know, Ashton Kutcher and P. Diddy have been best friends for decades. Ashton Kutcher even co-hosted one of Diddy's white parties back in the year 2009. These guys have been very open about how tight of friends they are, even making appearances on TV shows like the show I just showed you as a duo because they were that close of friends. If you didn't know, Ashton Kutcher has spent years campaigning, including in the...
He always looks like he's dirty. Like, ew. Him and Mila. I don't think they take a lot of baths. They admit that they give their children baths whenever they look dirty.
Yeah.
That's really messed up.
Yeah, if I were to fight Greyface, it'd be like Philly Southpaw. That's how I'd fight.
Okay.
That beat Ali.
Okay.
It did.
Against child sex predators and pedophiles on the internet. So then how does he become best friends with one of the world's most infamous pedophiles? A man who is accused of victimizing dozens of children. Yes, Diddy's adults were not all adults. Many of them were kids. Kids as young as 13, 10 years old. So Diddy never mentioned one thing to Ashton, one of his best friends, about those multi-day sex festivals he held? According to his public persona and actions, this guy should be this guy's worst enemy.
Bud Dicker said they literally admitted they don't shower or deodorant.
That's really weird.
Ew.
I don't get that.
Matthew McConaughey is the same way. Like, gross.
Beach bum lifestyle.
Ugh, no.
That's not fun to be around.
Ugh.
It's just not.
Smell of BO, sweat, and ass.
It's so much better to smell like soap and body spray and stuff.
I know, right?
Come on.
Pictures are like Superman hugging a pile of kryptonite. And yet, all you hear is silence. Silence from Ashton Kutcher, silence from Ashton Kutcher's campaign. You're really going to tell me that this guy never mentioned one thing to this guy? Not even when they hosted a white party, which are notorious events in this story? I mean, it's incredibly bizarre and it does not sit right with me. That's all I'll say.
Like I said, back then, Ashton...
I wonder why so many celebrities don't watch. Is it because they suffer from, like, severe depression or something? Like...
That seems to be a thing with some eccentric people.
Ugh.
You know, like Howard Hughes.
Yes, Howard... Oh, God, the pee jars everywhere.
Whoa. That's sad.
Oh, the smell.
Yeah.
Was right in the thick of it, and he wasn't alone. His then wife, Demi Moore, was by his side at these events, including at the 2009 White Party, which they reportedly co-hosted. But here's where it gets murky. These parties, now dubbed freak-offs in Diddy's legal battles, are under a microscope for allegations of sex trafficking, the racketeering, and the abuse, guys. And Ashton's name, well, it keeps popping up. Why? Because he wasn't just a guest. He was Diddy's close, very close friend.
He was a participant. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, he helped plan shit with
That breaks my heart, man. Oh, yeah, his date was murdered, too. I bet he did it. Because his fingerprints was everywhere. And this was supposed to be like a first date between the two. But yet his fingerprints are in her house and on the doorknob. And he looked in the window, saw a body, and then called Danny Masterson asking what you should do.
No.
Nah, there's something funny about that story.
I think he liked her and she didn't want to do it first date or whatever, and he took it.
Yeah.
And then she said, I'm going to report you for it, and he did it. Took her out.
For 2 decades. Now, fast forward to 2005, when Ashton married Demi Moore, a woman who was 15 years his senior. Their marriage was I guess some would say a Hollywood fairy tale. I mean, not to me, but at least that was it on the surface. They founded a charity together, now called Thorn, to fight child trafficking, which makes the current allegations extra chilling. But behind...
Oh, yeah, the sister in the 70s show died, too. It was alcoholism that killed her.
That's horrible.
I know,
That's horrible.
I know. Lady Gaga sacrificed her best friend.
I mean, I could believe it.
And Kanye and his mom. Just saying.
No, I think they did it to his mother, and that was what flipped the switch on him.
And they definitely did it to Shaq with Kobe.
Yes. I mean, he was dark for a while.
He said he was a sacrifice.
But he went dark.
He did.
Shaq for a while.
And now Shaq is just a lonely man.
Yeah. He's done with the Masons.
He is.
That's for
closed
sure.
doors, things were crumbling. By 2011, Us Weekly dropped a bombshell. Ashton was allegedly unfaithful, cheating on Demi and breaking her trust. Rumors swirled that Ashton's love for Diddy's wild parties was a sticking point in their relationship. Sources claim Demi wanted out of the scene, tired of the debauchery. But
wow, Demi
She
repented.
She repented.
Good for you, Demi. Good for you.
Good.
Proud of her.
Yeah. She was definitely,
You know,
some
and
dark
now
shit.
she's just spending the rest of her life taking care of Bruce. Yeah,
That's her true love.
that is.
Definitely.
Wow, I didn't know that about Lady Gaga, Pancake. Thank you for telling me that.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Look at her eyes.
Yeah.
Can you believe that shit?
Ugh.
Like, I have the theory, it's just she did crazy eye makeup on her lids to make it look like eyes. But still.
What does repented mean? Turning your way?
Yeah, turning away from something.
Yeah.
Bad.
It means she felt guilty and shame over the shit she did, and she changed her ways.
Yeah.
Ashton, he wasn't going to quit. He was hooked on the lifestyle. He was chasing the thrill of being in Diddy's inner circle. Whatever the case was, their marriage imploded with the divorce finalized in 2013. And guess what? Just 2 years later, he ended up marrying Mila Kunis, his co-star from that 70s show. And the world ate it up. Everyone thought this was this wholesome love story we all needed. Now let's talk about the bombshell that got everyone's jaw on the floor. Word on the street is that Mila Kunis has moved out of her home that she shares with Ashton and their two kids, Wyatt and Dimitri. Why? Because the internet is buzzing with claims about something about Ashton's past.
Good for her.
Damn.
Good for her. Yeah. If he did R-rape children,
Oh my god.
I don't blame Mila for taking her kids and running.
Well, it's in the back of her mind. He stuck his tongue in my mouth when I was 14 and he's 21.
Yeah.
That's in the back of her mind.
Yeah.
He's into younger girls.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. What do you want?
Ugh.
You got your proof right there yourself. Because he did
With
it to
Diddy's
you.
parties,
You
and
know?
that this trial has brought everything to light. Something that could be so explosive, it could torch his entire reputation and, of course, his marriage. There are, guys, I have several videos and people talking about this, that Mila is bailing in order to protect herself and her children from the media frenzy that's about to take place. Or maybe something even worse, something too horrific to forgive. And then there's Demi Moore. There's alleged videos, there are videos I have seen of Demi Moore herself kissing a child from back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was rubbing all over him, too. Like, they just had sex. It was weird.
It's out there.
You're so great. You're so wonderful.
Well, put in context, okay, it was his bar mitzvah, which is, they do this. It's usually they have sex with a girl that night.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's their tradition, but
It's disgusting.
normal society goes no to it, and I agree. Like, we should stop that shit. The Jews, guys, stop that shit.
Yeah, it's child abuse.
I mean, I think so.
I don't know if I'll be able to put it into this video because she is directly tongue kissing and flirting with a child at a party on video. I have witnessed this with my own.
Me too. Me too. It exists.
Eyes.
Oh, God, don't show it.
Yep. Yep.
I'm skipping over this shit.
Mazel tov.
Look at her rubbing on him.
You're a man now.
I had to skip that. I'm sorry, folks. I can't see that.
I don't blame you.
And I won't let that on my channel, but it does exist. If you want to see it, go to Melanie Kane.
Yeah.
But I'm not showing that shit on my channel.
I agree completely. It's gross.
Because of the information that is about to be released about Ashton and Demi at these Diddy freak-off parties. Videos are already surfacing of Demi Moore acting inappropriately with a child. And it's common knowledge that Demi and Ashton would attend Diddy parties repeatedly. It was well known that Diddy and Ashton were actual friends. And we also know that the reason why this power couple divorced in the first place was because of trust issues and cheating rumors. Allegedly, Demi wanted to stop going to these freak-off parties and Ashton did not.
Wow. I think Demi was influenced with Hollywood when she was younger, and now it's like I'm.
Oh my God, Shanny! You can imagine they probably passed her around like a rag doll. You know what I mean?
Back in the day, yeah.
She was a beautiful girl.
Definitely.
Gorgeous girl. They're groomed, and then they do things.
Exactly. She was a teenager when she started in Hollywood.
Right.
So she was groomed.
Oh, she was.
Wookie lover. Maya says people got to stop idolizing celebrities. Correct.
Truth. It's Rome.
Ugh.
It's Rome.
So gross.
There's also a 15-year age gap, so it's very likely that she was done before him. But after he divorced Demi, he married Mila Kunis. They starred on that 70s show together, and everyone was happy that they finally got together. Everyone thought their marriage was so wholesome, so sweet, and they started their family. And allegedly, Ashton stopped going to Diddy parties after he married Mila. So is Mila moving out just to protect herself and their children from the media frenzy that's about...
That's so sad.
It really is. Hey, live like a freak, get the prizes of a freak.
Yeah.
And it's going to be jail time, probably.
Oh my God, you guys have no idea how much this breaks my heart.
But Mila, it's like it's cognitive dissonance. That's what it is.
Yeah.
She knew he was into it because he's kissing a 14-year-old at 21.
That's true.
And it was her.
Yeah, she has enough proof to know what he's into.
Absolutely.
About to happen, or the things that are about to be revealed to us about Ashton, just too severe to forgive.
Let's lay out the receipts, because this isn't just gossip. There's a paper trail. In 2019, on Hot Ones, where he was interviewed, Ashton was asked about Diddy's parties, and his response was, well, I'll say cryptic at best. He said, I've got a lot to say, but I can't tell. Now, he said this while he was smirking.
Yeah, he was with her when she was way too young. And it's just, it breaks my heart, because I love that show so much.
I know. I know. The art is the art, and it was a great show. You know? It was well written. The characters were very well written.
Like, why do these people have to go this route?
At least Wilbur Valderrama's okay, isn't he? There's not really.
How he bragged about taking Lindsay Lohan's virginity on Howard Stern was disgusting.
I don't.
He was bragging about his sexual escapades on Howard Stern.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah, it's gross.
Okay, so he's not clean. Sorry.
No, Lindsay Lohan, apparently they started dating when he was 16, when she was 16 and he was in his late 20s.
Late 20s?
Yeah. And she claimed she waited till she was 18, but...
Yeah, right.
Exactly. There's another one who was groomed, is Lindsay Lohan.
Bless her heart. She was so...
And sexualized. And Mary-Kate and Ashley, there's another one, remember? When they were like 16 and a bunch of people were saying, I can't wait till they turn 18.
Ew.
Like, ew.
Fucking freaks.
Ugh. Kitty was awesome in that show, but she's a bitch in real life anyway.
Well,
I have my own personal gripe with her.
I think it's because she's Jewish, and it was Revelation News with a cross.
Yeah.
She didn't want to do that.
Is Jeff Goldblum still safe? Because, I think so. I haven't heard anything about him. He seems like a decent guy, but you never know with these stars.
He seems it, yeah.
Okay, before calling the parties weird. Weird? That's the best you got, Ashton? When the host pressed him, he dodged it, saying that he didn't like cycling through memories. What? Why was he so cagey? What is he trying to hide? This is a direct question about the parties you participated in for years. You were close to Diddy. And speaking of being close to Diddy, and I will keep pointing this out, all of these celebrities that were at Diddy's parties, all of them that were involved with him, from Oprah, even doing voting campaigns with him. Remember the Vote to Die? Him being involved with different businesses. We've seen him interviewed on Ellen. I mean, the list goes on and on. LeBron James has talked about ain't no party like a Diddy party. And every single one of them have been silent. They haven't spoken out. They haven't said anything, including Ashton Kutcher. What are they all trying to hide?
I was around Ashton Kutcher and Diddy before, and they were speaking about Brittany Murphy. And I don't think I ever told this story, and I'm about to tell the story here. While he was married to Demi Moore, he was still sneaking around seeing Brittany Murphy. You know what I'm saying? We were going to the Nets game, so we picked him up, and he was explaining to Diddy that every time he goes to Brittany's house, paparazzi always catches him or almost catch him coming out her apartment or coming out the building. Diddy was telling him that's either the doorman or your security. You know what I'm saying? And he was still married to Demi Moore at the time.
Now fast forward to 2024, when these Diddy parties were exposed as being freak-offs, especially after he was arrested, and now he has all of these charges. Suddenly those weird parties, who are but we now know include freak-offs, with all of the allegations of sex, drugs, abuse. It's kind of like strange. Like, you're calling it weird. What does that mean? Again, hindsight is 2020. Back in 2019, we didn't know all these details. But by him saying he doesn't like to go back into those memories and the weird, to me, that signals he knows or participated and was part of, or he aided and abetted a lot of the debauchery that was going down at these freak-offs.
I'm listening as I clean before bed. I miss some, but man, this stuff is crazy. It is.
It is.
Wookie Lover said, I feel like white parties were gross, but the freak-offs were totally different. So just because someone went to a white party doesn't mean they did a freak-off. It's not a good look. No.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm pretty sure LeBron James, though, he participated in a freak-off.
Oh, he definitely liked wearing that maid outfit.
Oh my God, he's a fucking weirdo too. They're all weirdos. What? And I'm not saying if you dress in drag you're a weirdo.
No.
It's
the context.
It's
the context.
It's the hiding the download shit, the sneakiness.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know? And forcing straight men to do things gay. That's
Right.
also horrible.
Forcing it, yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the underage shit to come out, too. Because they still haven't talked about the fucking children.
I don't think they want to go there. Because, politicians are knee-deep in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Knee-deep.
I don't like LeBron. The thing is, all these freaks don't want this party and freak-off era to come to end. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. They want the parties back. Well,
Ugh.
no, it's over.
It's done. It's time to grow up, idiots.
Yeah.
Celebrities, I swear to God.
At these white parties.
Ashton Kutcher might be about to join Diddy in prison 221 after reports come out allege that the feds are in the process of reopening Brittany Murphy's case. Get this, a slip-up from Diddy's trial might have been the nail in Diddy and
They're
Ashton's
about to-
coffin, as preliminary
Dude!
reports are suggesting that there was a huge...
They're finally about to reopen the Brittany Murphy case? Oh my God, she can get justice.
I wonder why. Like, they said it was lobar pneumonia, right? It's that same shit.
Same thing Kim died of. So I'm thinking
Same
maybe...
thing Coolio died of. Same thing DMX died of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all of these... No, it's weaponized, man. You can kill a person with this illness. It's weaponized.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is crazy shit. It's crazy. Coolio was literally blown the whistle. And they
That's true, Maya. The mockery of it is just, ill.
huge cover-up during the initial investigation into Brittany's tragic death. Could this be it? Have the feds finally found something to link Diddy and Ashton back to Brittany's death? You guys better grab your seats because it seems Diddy's trial just took a turn for the worst, and Ashton is about to go down with him.
Start to think, well, okay, who gained from her dying?
There were more unanswered questions after the autopsy came out than there were.
Same thing Jamie Foxx almost died from. Yeah, I know. Wookie said, yeah, these suspicious deaths, the way they have something is up with that. They need to get to the bottom of it now.
No, the modern day people shouldn't be dying of pneumonia like this.
Not young people.
No way.
You can live through that stuff.
Yes.
Aspiration of baby oil can cause pneumonia-like symptoms. They all died of pneumonia, supposedly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's the pneumonia that you get fluid on your lung.
Mm-hmm.
Lobar.
And let's not forget what happened to Whitney Houston and her daughter. That double death of them both dying in the bathtub.
There is zero doubt that both
And then Clive Davis keeping the party open knowing that Whitney just died.
Yeah.
You damn well know he was part of that. And you know who's connected to Clive Davis? Diddy. You know who Diddy's part is connected to? Ashton. And Ashton was trying to keep a secret from Brittany. So get rid of him. Get rid of the husband. The husband died of... Brittany Murphy's husband died of pneumonia like 8 months after she died. What?
Highly suspicious.
Yeah, right?
Answered questions.
People start thinking, there's more behind this. There's something else.
So, in a shocking turn of events, rumors have been circulating after the behind-closed-door first week of Diddy's trial. And guys, it's not looking good. Get this, allegedly, while building their case against Diddy, the feds started looking at everything Diddy might be involved in. And if you have been online over the past year, you know Diddy has done a lot of ish. Now, there is rumored to be a growing belief that the feds might allegedly be willing to reopen Brittany Murphy's case and look into it a bit further. Now, the real reason for this is not known, but don't you think that the timing with Diddy's trial...
She was so pretty.
I always really liked her.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
Tobey Maguire?
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. Toby's always given me the ick. Anyway.
Oh man, some of his other movies are really like cringy and pervy.
Yeah, and
now we know.
Look at Leonardo DiCaprio. If his girl gets too old, he dumps them and then finds another young girl like 19.
What a loser.
Like he trades women like every 7 years or something like that.
Loser.
Yeah. Yeah, the black mold in Brittany's house. Yeah, I don't know.
I smell something.
I do too.
Mm-mm.
Is a bit too suspicious. Now, many online wondering if the feds might have found something linking Diddy to Brittany's passing away. You see, over the years, Diddy's name has been linked to more than a few dark rumors, some of them chilling, from whispered claims about his connection to the tragic deaths of Tupac and Biggie, to talk that he allegedly wanted Kid Cudi, gone simply for being romantically linked to Cassie. The speculation surrounding him has never truly gone quiet. But one theory that's continued to haunt his name is his alleged involvement in the mysterious death of actress Brittany Murphy. At first glance, Brittany's passing seemed like a tragic but natural event. The official cause, pneumonia, paired with anemia and a mix of over-the-counter medications, nothing too out of the ordinary until people started digging deeper. That's when the mold theory exploded online. Some believe black mold in her home could have caused her symptoms and eventual death. But after a full investigation, authorities found zero evidence of any toxic mold in the house.
There you go. There's no mold in the house. So the whole black mold thing is chalked. So, that was a beautiful house. Do you know Britney Spears owned that house too?
Oh, how about the story of the Reiki master? And he like opened a portal and he
Yeah,
closed it or some shit.
right?
It's some wild stuff, man.
It's a beautiful house.
It's gorgeous, yeah.
House. That theory completely ruled out. Still, questions was there. The timeline was strange. The suddenness of her death was unsettling. And her husband, Simon Mon...
God, wait. Why would you marry a man that looks like that?
Well...
He's totally out of her league.
That's true, but
Jack
look,
died just 5 months later under eerily similar circumstances.
I don't know.
Handler?
He started a relationship with her mother after she died.
Oh.
Yeah.
Handler.
Yeah. And then he died.
I don't know.
No one could ignore how odd it all felt, and somehow Diddy's name kept surfacing in whispers. Conspiracy theories that something bigger, more orchestrated, might have happened behind the scenes. While the feds have not officially confirmed any link tying Diddy to Britney's death in the court of public opinion, where rumors tend to take on lives of their own, it's just one more shadow cast over his already controversial life.
Rules of Ashton partying with Diddy, they also include Jay-Z, Will Smith, and from 2000.
Oh, we know Will Smith is fucked up with his son.
Oh my God.
How he, like, forces himself on his son to kiss him, and he kisses his son so gross.
Like deep.
And, yeah. What is up with that? And his son is, like, crawling away like, holy shit, Dad, no.
A lot of these people are into incest, man.
They are. Wookie said he was a piece of shit. In it for money is all I could think of. His relationship with her mother was weird as fuck.
You're right.
I know.
You're right. Did you see them on the Today Show talking?
Yes.
That was so weird.
You could tell they were fucking.
God, that's weird.
2004, and they've all resurfaced, and the internet is not going to let them go. Then there's Demi, who insiders.
Yeah, her mom didn't seem sad.
You're right.
She collected the money and ran.
Well, see, that comes up, and people go, "Oh, people deal with trauma different ways." I call bullshit.
If one of my children died, I would be a hysterical mess.
You'd be vomiting. You couldn't.
I don't know if I would survive it.
No, you would probably die of consumption.
Yeah.
A broken heart syndrome.
Yeah.
It would kill you.
I think so. That's why God would never do that to me.
No, I don't think he could.
Keep claiming that Ashton had her on a short leash during their marriage, and that he actually wanted her.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
He had her participate in a lot of threesomes. She actually recounts this in her book. She said Ashton wanted all of these threesomes. Well, it indicates, but Demi Moore has a very shady past, like I said, with that video. But it indicates maybe she was just aging out of all of that freakiness, all of those wild parties, and she was tired of living that lifestyle. But at one time, it looks like she was very open to it and participated in it. Again, we don't have.
Yeah, I think that's the more correct word for Demi. Is she was groomed into
Just
it.
like Cassie, because Cassie started acting freaky.
Look at Miley Cyrus, how she acted out when she turned 18.
All that fucking.
Yeah, she definitely was groomed.
I think so. Shanny, I'm sorry, Billy Ray Cyrus in that photo shoot.
With his daughter, that's creepy.
I'm sorry.
It's creepy.
I'm sorry.
Britney Spears and her dad.
Oh, that's definite. Like, I have zero doubt of that.
Yeah, it's so gross what they do to these poor women.
It's their daughters, for fuck's sake.
They don't care. It's money.
Any concrete proof of this, but to me, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Everyone will suffer.
Oh, that was so nasty, and Ashton and Diddy were rubbing up all over her. And Diddy invited this little girl. She's the
ring bitch.
The ring bitch. She's a little girl in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
And Diddy invited her to a freak off. And the after party.
God. It's a little baby. You look at that. If you're attracted to that, you got to go put that millstone around your neck that Jesus talked about.
She's 13
She's
here.
a little baby girl.
I know. She looks like she's 10.
She looks very young. Very, very young. God.
Because if Cassie was always been like this, some ex would have come out and said so, trying to get money for an interview about them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is so gross. Ugh. Look at that. That's a child.
She's a baby.
And Diddy invited her to the after party, and they're all rubbing up on her on the MTV Awards.
She's a baby.
You damn well know Ashton is into them young. He made out with Mila when she was 14. What makes you think he doesn't like a 13-year-old? It's just 1 year younger.
Oh. Get your fucking hands off her.
Oh, God. They just rubbing all over that girl.
Get your fucking hands off her.
Oh.
All these cowards in this audience that are males. These fucking cowards.
They're all cheering it.
They're cheering.
They know what's going to happen to her.
If I was in that fucking room at my age.
Am I one MTV movie award?
Come to the after party alone?
Yeah, you coming to the after party tomorrow? Yeah!
Oh, yeah, Bieber. They passed him around. And now he's a husk.
Look at him.
He's ready to die.
He looks very similar to Aaron Carter right before he passed.
Almost identical. That's what they do. They suck your soul dry, and your body just... like a mummy.
Yep.
You go like a mummy.
Bastards.
They're gonna pay.
But wait, there's more. Diddy's parties aren't the only skeleton in Ashton and Mila's closet. Let's talk about their shocking support for Danny Masterson, their That 70 Show co-star, who was convicted of raping two women in 2023 and sentenced to 30 years in prison. Ashton and Mila didn't...
I love it.
Diddy is such a mouth breather.
So is Jay-Z.
Yeah, Jay-Z is another mouth breather.
Yeah.
And Kanye. Kanye's not innocent.
No, he's not.
He's done some fucked up shit in his fucking company.
He's not innocent. But
he's a rapist too.
We gotta hold our breath though.
Yeah.
On the Sean Carter stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's not tangible evidence with him yet. There really isn't. There's rumors.
just stand by their friend. They wrote glowing letters to the judge, begging for leniency. Ashton called Masterson a role model who he trusts with his own kids, while Mila praised his exceptional character. Like what? When those letters leaked, the backlash was swift and brutal. Fans felt betrayed, especially since...
I do.
Gross.
I do. My heart is broken over this situation.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up, like, idolizing these people, and now it's like, oh my God, what did I do?
Yeah, you should never idolize anyone.
Yeah, right?
That's the moral of the story.
They prey on vanity and desire for fame. Exactly, Toe Beans.
That's right, Toe Beans.
Maya said Kanye is a nitrous addict.
Yeah.
That's not good. Because Steve-O was one, too. And he talked about talking to demons and shit when he was on the nitrous.
Oh, yeah. Kanye's probably...
Like, don't get me wrong. When I go to the dentist, I really enjoy it. Okay?
Well, I mean, yeah.
But that's the only time I've ever had it was in the dentist.
No, when you get addicted to
because
that
I have a lot of anxiety going to the dentist. People are like, why are your teeth bad? Well, I have a vitamin deficiency and I have a severe fear for the dentist. I mean, what do you think? Plus, I'm also agoraphobic. So, getting out of the house is a lot of mental gymnastics. Jason's the same, too. He doesn't like going out, either. Both of us don't.
Well,
Ashton
I legitimately say I have agoraphobia because I go out all the time.
Yeah.
I don't. I've worked past that. But
Yeah.
when I was boozing, I had it bad. I had it bad when I was boozing. It was sometimes very hard for me to just get in the car and go get more booze and cigarettes. Like,
yeah.
It was rough. It can make you that way. Alcoholism can do that to you.
Wookie said, you also have autoimmune issues and you feel things differently like I do. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very true.
Like, going to the dentist is not a pleasant experience for me. Like, I have to have the NOS to calm my fucking ass down. Because I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, every needle I can feel going in me.
Fuck that. Jesus.
And it hurts so bad. I'm very sensitive in my mouth. I can't even eat hot food.
Yeah.
You know? It feels like my mouth is, like, completely, like, burning away if I have hot food.
Yeah.
It's a strange sensation. A lot of... I don't know. Wookie said my dentist gives me NOS every time, and my jaw always gets swollen after any dentist visit, and I can't open my mouth for 3 days. Oh, God, I'm so sorry, Wookie.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's the autoimmune disease we have.
I got it. That's
like,
horrible.
It's not a fun experience.
No.
And Mila co-founded Thorn, a charity fighting child trafficking. How do you defend a convicted rapist while championing victims?
Exactly. He was hiding shit for the elite, I think, in Thorn. And
Yeah.
probably someone else took over for him.
Yeah. I think that's right.
Thorn needs to be completely closed down because it's corrupt.
Uh-huh.
The couple, you know, they tried to issue this half-hearted apology video claiming they only meant to describe the Danny they knew, but the damage was done. They ended up having to step down from Thorn, their charity, and their entire image took a note.
I'm so sorry, Wookie. I remember crying with one of my dentists telling him he was breaking my jaw and he kept crunching on it. The bastard. I don't go to him anymore, heartless ass. Me too. I would have left too.
Jesus, that's...
I would have been like, get that fucking thing out of my mouth now.
Hi, Marky.
Before I charge you with malpractice.
That's fucking abuse.
Doge should look into these charities. You're right, Wookie.
That's a very good... Yeah. You're right.
Bud Dicker said they'd honestly send you to the pharmacy before your appointment for an Ativan in 2025. The gas is getting less popular for some reason.
Okay.
Dude. I'll take an Ativan any day.
Yeah, me too.
I love Ativan.
Yeah. They were giving me tons of
It
that.
makes me feel better than any drug I've ever taken. I wish I could go on it for my fibro, to tell you the truth, because it helps it a lot more than all these other fucking things I take. I mean, I'm on so many pills right now that I'm just, like, and none of it really works.
I know.
I'm still in pain. Severe pain. Like, my pain level right now is probably an 8. And yeah, I may mask it well, but I'm still in fucking severe pain.
Yeah.
Ativan doesn't get boring. Ativan is like relaxed time. It's the only time I ever feel relaxed.
Those died. But what's worse, they were also spotted dining with Matheson's brother Jordan in May of 2024, proving that they're still tight with his family and him. And while Mila is allegedly bailing now, she and him were both deeply entrenched with Danny Masterson. Now, this also ties back to all three were involved in Scientology. And we've heard all...
Scientology. They're all involved in Scientology. The thing is with Scientology is the Scientologists are like handlers, and they'll stalk you if you leave them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you listen to Lisa Remedy.
Leah
Remedy. Remery, or whatever her name is.
Leah Remini.
Leah Remini.
There you go.
There you go. Leah Remini. If you look into her story about Scientologists, it's horrifying.
Crazy.
They stalked her everywhere.
Fuck her, though. She's wanted to fuck Bieber.
Where is my pain mainly? My legs. My legs and hip. And lower back. And then my shoulders. And my fingertips. And then my neck. I get pain everywhere. Severe pain everywhere. And there's nothing I can do about it. Except rest, exercise, and drink water. That's all they give you.
Yeah.
All this stuff that's gone on with Scientology. So Danny Masterson was deeply involved with it. And we've heard about a lot of the victims and things that have come out, and all of these Hollywood celebrities that would use their clout, use their status as a celebrity to lure people into Scientology. Now, a special note as well. There is a video that is out, and I may pop that clip in, where it shows Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. This is going back some years, where they were talking about how they had their first kiss. They had to kiss on that 70 show. But guys, at the time, Mila Kunis was 14 years old, and I believe Ashton Kutcher, he said in there that he was 18 in the clip.
19.
If my memory serves me right. But at the time, he was like 20 or 21, talking about kissing and making out and the sexual things with a 14-year-old.
Nope.
Like I said, the producers should be in jail for this.
I agree.
They should all be on the sex offender list.
Yeah.
Look, he said that's what fibromyalgia is. Onset pain everywhere. Yeah.
Horrible.
Huh. Like, he knows the struggle I have.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, I tried to do the dishes the other day.
You helped, thank you.
I did.
Thank you.
I wasn't successful in finishing, though.
That's okay. You inspired me to do some things. So
yeah, I'm like, hey, give me the garbage bag. I'll help.
I needed the help. I did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The fact that he even was supposed to kiss a 14-year-old on that 70 show, guys, if we go back in the archive and look at all of these family programs, we know about Nickelodeon, we know about Disney Kids, but if we go back and look at all of these shows that don't fall under that umbrella, it reveals some very dark and disturbing things.
It does now. When you look back and especially the 90s area, if you rewatch all these different movies and stuff, you see these like little pedo things, and they were. It's just we were so innocent in our minds, we didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. They were telling us the whole time.
Now it's like obvious.
What's that guy's name? Dan, the guy with Nickelodeon. God.
Dan Schneider.
Schneider, that's it. Thank you.
Dan Schneider. What a gross pig he
Have
is.
these little girls put ketchup on their feet and stuff like.
Always the feet thing with him.
Yeah, foot fetish.
What a weirdo.
Ugh. Well.
Of what happened to children in Hollywood, going back to even what's her name? Shirley Temple. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Shirley Temple was passed around by them fucking pigs in Hollywood.
No, it's so bad. I don't even want to talk about that. Theo went all through that.
She was just a baby. Tickle Dan.
When he did the live stream on that stuff about Shirley Temple Black,
yeah.
I literally almost vomited.
No, I don't blame you.
He gave the details, and it's so bad. Nope, I'm not even going to talk about it. It's
things
so
that happened to Shirley Temple, which if you don't know, that little cute little song she used to do, she used to be in that little diaper type of thing. She was playing a can-can girl, a dancer, and a prostitute. The footage, if you go and check out...
That reminds me of Jodie Foster, played a prostitute when she was a child.
Oh, yeah, taxi driver.
Yeah, oh, God, what is her name? Blue Lagoon. Oh, what is her name from the Blue Lagoon?
I don't know.
She was also a swimsuit model. God, what is her fucking name? Someone remind me. God, no. Brooke Shields. Brooke Shields. She also played a prostitute in a movie. Yeah, dude. Like, Hollywood's been repeating this same thing. Making little girls prostitutes in movies. They were telling you.
Out Shirley Temple's videos with grown men fawning all over this little 3-year-old toddler girl in a diaper.
A 3-year-old in a diaper. They were fawning over her.
No. They put her in fucking garters.
I mean, a cute little girl who sings about... Ugh. Hollywood's gross.
They're disgusting.
Flirting and dancing, and that her role, like, it was actually, she was a prostitute. It is dark.
A 3-year-old prostitute. Where was her parents?
And disturbing. But it's a pattern we've seen through Hollywood for years. It's just now that we are finally recognizing it, calling it out, and the mainstream media in Hollywood can't bury it any longer.
Yeah, fuck mainstream media in Hollywood. You're hurting children. You're not worth being celebrated over. You're gross.
There are reports that say Mila warned Ashton to cut ties with Diddy, suggesting that she's known about his past for years, just like...
So Mila was complacent in it.
I mean, probably.
She was groomed. Of course she'd normalize it.
Yeah.
Danny Matheson. But here's the kicker. Sources close to the couple told TMZ that Ashton's not under federal investigation, and that his interactions with Diddy were limited to documented business and social events. Really?
Oh, bullshit. Documented in business, social events. That's the same excuse Jay-Z gave about Sean. Give me a break.
Who Diddy? I don't know. Diddy? Who's Diddy?
Then why is Mila reportedly fleeing? Why have we seen all the tapes and videos of you guys together? Why, if this was just a...
Same with Jay-Z. Oh, it was just business, man. Oh, bullshit, Jay-Z.
Well, we definitely know he likes him young, too.
Yes, he does.
He definitely does.
Ashanti.
Yeah. Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown.
How
Beyonce.
Old, how old was he again when he started his relationship with Foxy Brown?
27.
He was 27 and she was 19?
No, she was 14.
14. You're sure about that number?
Yes.
There you go. So, yeah.
Foxy Brown was also groomed.
Carter's no different.
No. No, he's not. It's an open secret, I think. Even the Bush family had Nazi ties. That's true, too.
Absolutely true.
That's true.
Business interaction. When you were asked on Hot Wings about these parties, these white parties that we now know are freak.
Yeah, and you couldn't even answer them because probably you signed an NDA, stupid.
Why were you saying that you didn't want to revisit that? You didn't want to talk about that and that it was weird. If this was just a business interaction, we're not understanding this. The receipts aren't adding up, sir. Guys, I think the lesson here is clear. Hollywood's elite have been living above the law for far too long, and it's time for the truth to come out. Ashton Kutcher's ties to Diddy's parties aren't just a personal failing or a business interaction. They're a symptom of a broken system that lets powerful people skate while the rest of us are left picking up the pieces. If Mila Kunis has really left him, it's not just about their marriage falling apart. It's about a woman, maybe perhaps finally drawing a line in the sand and saying enough is enough. Like, you may think, why should we care? Because this isn't just about Ashton, Mila, or Demi Moore. It's about accountability. If we let these scandals slide, we are telling the world that fame and money can buy silence. We're telling victims that their stories just don't matter.
Amen. Amen.
And we're letting the same corrupt machine keep churning out lie after lie.
And they'll say it was a different time. No, it wasn't. I remember the 90s. Everyone wasn't having a relationship with minors. No. But there certainly were a lot who did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and let's not look at another offender. What is his name? The director.
Roman Polanski.
Not Roman Polanski, but that's another director. I mean,
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen, yeah. That piece of shit.
Ew.
He raped his own daughter.
I mean, this is stuff.
And then he married the other daughter, his adopted daughter. Don't tell me he wasn't doing anything with her when she was young. I bet he was.
Of course he was.
Oh, the dad from Seventh Heaven and Star Trek 1. V'ger. The guy who had the cosmic fuck with the other chick. He molested a bunch of kids.
Oh my
Remember?
God,
his own niece.
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Wow, I'll never look at him the same.
No. It's all over the place.
Oh my God. Yeah, and then you look up what's the most popular porn.
Incest.
It is.
You people are gross.
You're
porn
fucking
addicts.
sick. You're sick.
Get help.
All these fantasies of like stepfathers fucking their stepdaughters and stuff. It's so disgusting and fucking vile. This is the type of stuff I was talking with BGTV, and BGTV goes, "You're bad for pointing this stuff out as bad." Are you serious?
Yeah, you know what he's into.
You're into it then.
Look into The Secrets of Peter Pan, The Boys, and Spielberg. Yeah, Spielberg also. Kevin Spacey. There's another one. It's too many people.
Kevin Spacey.
Harvey Weinstein.
Allegedly, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Allegedly.
Yep.
I don't know if there's anything solid on him, but allegedly.
Yeah, I'm just done.
It's disgusting.
Like, fuck celebrities at this point.
Yeah.
We eat it up and lap it up like dogs. This is our chance to demand answers, to hold the powerful accountable, and to stop pretending that Hollywood's glitter is anything but fool's gold. I'm going to keep investigating. We're going to get these stories, and especially these celebrities who had ties to Diddy. But we're also going to pull back the veil.
Oh my God.
I have talked about before, there's a woman named Whitney Webb. She's an author, a researcher, and she has a book called One Nation Under Blackmail. It is volume 1 and volume 2. Both of these are, I mean, these aren't just speculation. She's not writing about gossip. These are facts backed up by evidence, where she details how the government has used blackmail in order to control not only politicians, but celebrities, that Hollywood, the music industry, how that all came about. Going back to J. Edgar Hoover, and how, and these wild gay sex parties, essentially freak-offs. These freak-offs did not start with Diddy.
Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, God. Where's Blue? He's going to come in.
Part of the Hell's Fire Club.
Oh, my God. Total debauchery.
I know.
Complete debauchery.
I know.
Now look,
this is the type of stuff that Moses threw down the 10 Commandments.
Yes, it's exactly this stuff. They were doing it. He was on the mountain talking to God, and they were doing this shit.
Yeah, big old orgy in front of children and stuff.
Yeah,
probably molesting kids too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yuck.
Yeah,
What's up, Spidey?
It's horrible.
Anyway, that's the end of this live stream. Sorry to end it in such a dark way, but
it's very dark. Yeah.
We got to be aware of this dark shit and call it out when it happens, because how else are we going to get them to stop unless we shame them to stop?
That's right.
Peace and Maranatha. Have a good day. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Just remember, just pray.
Yeah. That's it. We have 2 babies that are beautiful.
We have a watermelon and a Gavin. He's a boy and she's a girl.
They're so cute.
Just have girls. It's so cute.
Yes.
Yes. And they're in love.